The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Foxtrot, and joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta. Baba, how are you feeling today?
Well, Foxy, talking about the match in hand, we do see Lies Valiance going up against Dauntless Esports. In the previous match, where we did get to see Dauntless Esports going up against Team Exterminate, they've won 7-4 on map Clubhouse, and Lies Valiance against Saw Faith, they went on 7-2 against the Defenders on map Oregon. So, with Lies Valiance winning one, Dauntless Esports winning one, they are head-on-head against each other on map Consulate, quite surprisingly. I mean, we did get to see a lot of Clubhouse, Cafe Dostoevsky, and Coastline, but Consulate is a map that we are really interested to look at. Starting off with the first attack patch coming in from Dauntless Esports is going to be the Thatcher. It's very sad for Thatcher fans out there, and also quite interesting. We do see Lies Valiance taking out the Ash. Now, with her having a total utility of 3 flashbangs and 2 ash breaching charges, taking out that deployable shield is going to be a very difficult task for them. Although the Nomad, the Capitao, the Jackal is still in play, so hunting down roamers wouldn't be a difficult task for them. Starting off with the Defender bands, we do see a Maestro being taken out. So with those evil eye cams, it will be very difficult to at least hope to take out the planter who is trying to plant the diffuser. And the last off would be the Valkyrie being banned. With that, the ban phase have come to an end. Thatcher, Ash, Maestro, and Valkyrie won't be available on map Consulate. As we proceed to the first round of map Consulate, the site will be on either second floor or basement, but before that, let us introduce the rosters on the side of Team Lies Valiance. We have Archangel, Shady, Dibjol, Flickshotter, and Dova. And on the side of Dauntless Esports, we have a Widway, Triple, Boom, Hussein, and Sinking Donut. And the first side is going to be Basement Archives and First Floor Tellers. This is the first time that I get to see a Basement Archives and First Floor Teller being in play on map Consulate. And with that, we do see a 6-pick coming in as the Kaid will switch off to the Mira. So, Foxy, I do want to ask that one question though. Basement Archives and Tellers, we don't get to see this side being played like a lot in the south, in specifically the southeast region, and now being played. What do you think is going to happen? Will they be able to win their defense, or will Lies Valiance be able to recover this round?
Well, honestly, Baba, just because you asked me how this is going to go down, and we have talked about this site and this map in specific. Even yesterday, me and Blackjack were on about it. The fact that not yesterday, the other day, me and Blackjack were on about it. The fact that Consulate does not get played a lot, but right now I think that's not the only thing I'm out looking for. Obviously, the site is bizarre. It did throw us off just a little bit, but it's not like it's totally unplayable. DE knows what they're doing. It's a very experienced team, so going to the site is a very calculated move for them. But coming back to what I'm trying to say, heading into this match, it's the excitement of the fact that both these teams happen to share an amazing rivalry. This has been it. If you guys are very on par with the scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So coming to this match, going into a map like Consulate is definitely going to be a very unpredictable outcome of how this could go. Both these teams very good at their own premise. They have their own fortes. They just need to make sure that they bring out the best today. That being said, we're already underway with round one, and once again, loving the emphasis from the side of the attackers that they've put Flickshotter on a hard breach roll. That is a good move, honestly. Flickshotter he knows exactly when to be patient and when not to be. So that being said, first kill goes off from the side of Archangel, and that'll be the Valiants to pick up the first one. Boom, takes the fall. That's the Legion. He won't be alive anymore. He's still got enough damage done on the sledge, though. He might not possibly survive a C4 or a possible peek from any of these guns that we do get to see the defenders rock. But right now, Triple has actually run out of shotgun ammo. You have Hussein picking up the refrag on Archangel. As I was speaking about it, the UMP is going to find the kill onto the sledge, and Hussein picks up a double, and that'll be this job to take the fall. The refrag does come right back in, though, from Flickshotter and Shady. As that was a quick double kill for the side of the attackers. That does put them back in the lead in the man count. And I think bodies are dropping a little too early for my liking, at least for a site like this one. The horizontal take from Lies Valiants was relatively easy than you get to see on a general scale from the other teams. Sinking Donut out on a possible flank, but it's not a flank of all sorts, because we know for sure that Lies Valiants want to attempt for taking the bottom side right now. And they just want to get into archives in the server rooms. They don't even want to go above. And that's where Sinking Donut could take advantage of this moment, but he's got to make sure his flank is perfectly timed. We do have the Nomad Age Apps coming into play from Nova, so that's going to be a point of concern for him as well. But right now, it's the Zofia who's doing the work. As I speak about it, Flickshot is going to get that kill on the Sinking Donut. The flank I was talking about apparently did come out to be ill-timed. WD going a little aggressive here. He might find a kill. Yes, he will. Shady goes down. That's the first frag for him. In this possible 1v3 situation that he's found himself in. The diffuser on top with Flickshotter. I don't think he knows this. Dova just watching for his cover. And will he get this frag? Yes, he will. That'll be the Nomad to secure the final frag for Lies Valiants as they pick up the first round. As we will head on and take a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. But once again, a good attack round from the side of Valiants, and it's just that Dauntless Esports, although they went on a rather unorthodox side, they were a little quick to drop. I think that's what happened to cause them a whole lot more. But speaking of which, the refrag potential was on point from their side as well. And once again, we'll be going to Archives and Tellers. Interestingly.
Well, that is an interesting site to be picking on. Dauntless Esports, they're not giving up on that site just yet. We do see a 6 pick coming in from Boom. This switches from the Jaeger to the Mozzie. But interestingly enough, although talking about the previous round one, where you did see that coordinated push from Lies Valiants, one who was at the open wall of the garage, and second in the yellow stairs, eliminating not only just the Pulse but also the Mira, who was trying to give some support to his teammate. Unfortunately, it just went haywire, and with the man count advantage and Pulse having the worry of clutching out in a 1v2 situation, he had the C4 in hand. All he needed was those proper information to exactly know what kind of positions that they're playing with, so that they'll be he would have been able to get the kill, especially the C4 one. But with the Nomad holding the angle right from the Visa stairs hallway, he could not get the kill in time. With that, as we proceed to round 2, the site will be the same. Basement Archives and first floor Tellers. We do see Boom going for an explosive spawn kill. Will it happen? No, it does not. Ouch! I did not expect to see that. Dipjol with a beautiful one tap is going to eliminate Boom. And with that, they're already in a one-man disadvantage. Dauntless Esports needs to be careful doing their peaks. And now they need to be passive as well, knowing the fact that they've lost one man already in the elements of battle. Make that two as Pulse go down as well. Archangel with a beautiful calculation is going to eliminate a WD as well. Two players gone on the side of Dauntless Esports. A Sinking Donut will be there to get that control back by going back to the specific location where Pulse has gone down. But with that drone work, they'll be able to know that the Melusi is in. But do they know that Hussein is playing also very close on the spiral stairs? Is the biggest question. The flank from the castle might be able to turn this thing around if he timed it well. Stinking Donut again caught with the drone. He needs to be careful and needs to be prepared of the push that is going to happen on the side of Lice Valiance. The push from the Zofia in the garage. Meanwhile, we do see Triple with the support yet again. Hopefully, he needs to make sure he doesn't get picked out, just like we did see in the previous round. 2 kills on the side of Lice Valiance will give Dauntless Esports a very difficult hold. And looks like Hussein is going to lose that gunfight. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen, as Flickshot eliminates Hussein, making it a 5v2 situation. The ping will come in, informing the soft breaches to open up the hatch, in which Archangel will do exactly that. Sinking Donut and Triple is in a very difficult situation as Lice Valiance, they have all the time they need. They can just immediately drone it out what kind of positions that they're playing with. Sinking Donut knows that there is one coming near the spiral stairs, and that would be the IQ, but here comes the information, and that information will be given out. Melusi playing also very close from the stairs. He needs to get the kill or else it's going to be a very difficult situation for them. The push from the attackers is slowly creeping in as Triple is trying to make sure to get one, but Dipjol is going to make sure that Sinking Donut stays down, and with that, Triple will be the last man standing on the side of Dauntless Esports. Will be able to confirm the kill against Archangel, making it a 4v1 situation, but with that 35 seconds left, it is not going to work out well. Flickshot will be there to eliminate Triple as Lice Valiance will win round 2. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, the one tap with the IQ was absolutely insane. And with that, as we proceed to round 3, Lice Valiance are in a very dominating lead against Dauntless Esports, and looks like they will go for basement, cafeteria, and garage.
Well, that's exactly what it looks like. Basement, cafeteria, and garage is where we'll be seeing Dauntless Esports headed to. So this has been the trend with Dauntless Esports. You know, they always be very true to their names. They happen to bring out the most dauntless of plays, and that's what we got to see from them for 2 rounds back to back. But they know when to hang up and walk away when something's not working. I'm glad they did that, and now we'll be seeing them shift the site. At least where we're getting the change up from them, and the change up from the side of Valiance is also going to come in. Dipjol is going to run the line. There's definitely going to be something that is going to shake Dauntless Esports as to what they were trying to pull off. But hey, most definitely, I think Dauntless Esports will be able to take a better advantage of the situation than we would have expected them to take on a site like Terrace and Archive. That being said, we're seeing some reconstruction being done from the top floor, getting those angles nice and easy. We do get to see the standard mute and Mira hole on the bathrooms of the top floor. There we go. That utility stuff and everything. Standard stuff right here from the side of Dauntless Esports as to how a consulate defense goes. Got Boom going in for some late reinforcements as the action phase is already in. He could get wall bang if the attackers had a drone on him, but nobody does. He's just gonna chill out and happen to fall back very easily. So Hussein meanwhile will go for another late reinforcement. This is actually a very late setup, honestly, coming in from the side of Dauntless Esports. Meanwhile, easily found mute, a jammer will get taken out, and then a nade goes off for Flickshotter to employ his thermite breaches. A possible Kai trick could come in from Triple, but I think he's busy on the camps. No, that's not him. That was somebody else. Triple did attempt for a possible Kai challenge. Did that go down? I'm not sure. Very confused, but hey, that is something he's definitely there to attempt. That's exactly why he's doing. Once again, 3 rounds in succession. Boom is the first one to fall, and the entry frag goes to Aliens once again. Very bizarre plays from Room today. I'm not sure if he's had what he usually has for breakfast. So we've got to see the man perform amazingly well. I think he's just not feeling it. A 4 versus 5 and a minute and a half left for the side of the attackers to make this push happen. While Sinkin Donut is already... Alright, he's around Visa. He's just waiting for a perfect flank to happen. We'll still be seeing the Sledge make headway on to the circular desk. And just getting the hatches open and whatnot, you know. If you're not even pushing, you at least can put the defenders in a state of panic. The E1D goes off and Dibjol trying to find a kill here. He's going to find one under the meter, not before he walks away with a kill onto Archangel though. And that'll be Hussein picking up the frag with the shotgun, secondary shotgun, before he goes down to the line. The Lion finding another prey for him. That'll be Triple, the Qaid, right below the hatch. He's taking so much damage right now. But now the Lion also knows there's somebody playing right behind the shield. The smoke almost getting flashed. Meanwhile, Await is going to do the job for the Lion and take care of his teammate. Triple will beat that toxic babe and go down. Another toxic babe goes off and Dibjol is taking so much damage from this. Just going to fall back and just hug the wall for the while. You've got some drone works coming in as Await. He's very confused. Oh, there's another fight going down and Sinkin Donut wins that. Takes down Shade. He was pushing up the Zofia, but Dibjol with the triple kill. The man is doing so much just with the vertical gameplay that he's established. It's all out of Sinkin Donut in a 1 versus 3. The plant is already going down from Flick Shotter onto White Van. You also have Dova on the drones. There is so much headway that Live Valiants have once again have on this round against Dauntless Esports. Sinkin Donut all the way above on the side of circular desk, going for this anti-chamber flank. Now that he's heard from Dova, that's going to be an awkward moment for Dova. How did he not win that? Well, maybe he just wanted Dibjol to pick up that quad kill this round. Dibjol doing so much work. Very impactful play from the man once again. He's always been this one contributing factor to how Live Valiants happens to spearhead their entire attack. Very good stuff from the side of Valiants once again, and that'll be 3 rounds back to back that this team has taken. 3-0 and will be headed to round 4.
Well, round 4 will commence. We do see on the side of Dauntless Esports defending on Basement Garage yet again, not taking second floor console office. So not quite sure why, but we do see a 6 coming in as Hussein shifts from the Vigil to the Mira, followed up with Dibjol, who's going to be able to pick the line yet again. Although coming on the side of Dauntless Esports, we did see I would say Sinking Donut. He did all he could with the flank rotation that was being made. It was working out, eliminating 2 of the players, but unfortunately with him being in a post-plan situation and the other 4 teams giving away the control of the site to the attackers, they could not handle it very well. With that, Live Valiants will be able to win 3 attack rounds in a row. 2 rounds on Basement Archive and Tellers, and round 3 on Basement Garage and Cafeteria. Looks like on round 4, Dauntless Esports still wants to pick the same side yet again, although they did however lose, and they have a total of 2 more rounds on defense. So hopefully on the second floor console, even if they do pick it, it would be for me, what I do feel Dauntless Esports is to at least win 1 or 2 defense rounds, so that in the second half they can be able to make this a good amount of comeback. We do see a pre-fast coming in right from the windows of Piano to make sure to eliminate at least 1 or 2 defenders who are trying to reinforce nor place some of their jammers or ADS, but they will be safe just for now. Awardwe with the late rotation holes being made right from the cafeteria towards the garage, as the Dronox will come in from the attackers, clearing out the second floor console office, meeting room and connector to make sure that there won't be any roam plays happening. Triple will be able to eliminate the drone, but he is forced to rotate back. Sinking Donut with yet again doing his job as the roamer. He needs to waste a lot of time for the attackers so that they'll be able to give some breathing room, or I would say freedom of pushing around the side without able to worry about the roamers. on the side of attackers would work out well. Dibjol is going to use his first EE1D scanner as he proceeds to enter towards the connector. Will be able to attack total of 2 players, but looks like Sinking Donut will take things under control, eliminating Dibjol. A total of 2 EE1D scanners won't be available as the Lion won't be in play. An excellent play from Sinking Donut as he'll be able to get the first frag and also an early kill on the side of Dauntless Esports. They'll be able to make things a little bit easier for them, but their objective is not done yet. They need to eliminate 4 of the attackers, or they just have to waste a total of 1 minute and 30 seconds so that they'll be able to keep the dream alive. With that, the drones will still come in from the attackers, making sure that Sinking Donut would be in the specific location. That would be on the Visa room. Flashbangs will come in to make sure that they would push Mute, who is currently holding on in the public bathroom. All he has to do is at least get 1 kill and just fall back to the basement garage. And looks like he's just going to fall back right away. Looks like his job is done and Hussein will do his work. Vector SMG eliminating Archangel right from below. And looks like the C4 will be able to pick back up from Boom, as Triple will be there to eliminate Shady, making it a 2v5 situation. As Flickshot and Dova, the only 2 operators left. They are, I believe they are, both of them are in the Visas, on the Visa entrance, trying to gain access towards the Spiral. Looks like Boom will be able to get his first kill, eliminating Flickshot, which leads to Dova, the last man standing. He needs to find a total of 5 players. With that, he's apparently rappelling in right from the piano window, or maybe near the piano room hallway. Actually, it's right from that specific location. He doesn't have the perfect information just yet. With the diffuser downed in the side of Visa, this will go to the favor of Dauntless Esports. A good push from Sinking Donut. Good SMG plays coming in from Boom, and with that, Dauntless Esports will win round 4 basement garage. What a wonderful plays that we do get to witness on the side of Dauntless Esports, and looks like they're on the side of Lies Valiants, their attack coordination will unfortunately come to a halt. As we proceed to round 5, Basement Archives will be the site yet again. Dauntless Esports, they really want to win this site against them. Even though they haven't picked the second floor console office yet, only using Basement Garage and Archives, I think there might be some strategy that we're missing something, in which Dauntless Esports are having a little bit of difficulties in this site. So hopefully, with them picking Basement Archives, you might be able to see some surprises coming in. Triple going for the 6th pick as he switches from the Jaeger to the Mira.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Well, that is indeed, once again, we will be getting to see this side being implied. Dauntless Esports are not letting this one go away. They definitely want to win this out. I think they're doing, just from the looks of it, I think they're trying something out against Lies Valiants. This is the prototype of a possible strategy that they want to bring up, because this does not look like, it's not even desperation at this point. It is very clearly them trying something out against Lies Valiants, because you do not go 3 rounds back to back on this side, at least just not from the playstyle that our vision happens to offer and what our teams happen to choose with. That being said, we'll be going ahead on round 5. And we've got Triple on the Mira, just like Baba Gusta happened to point that out as well. Hussein already going for the spawn peak. He's not going to be able to find anyone, but he's definitely scared the attackers. They're going to take a step back and reanalyze everything that they do and check for any open windows or open barricades. Dibjol once again is going to be running the Lion. We have Shady on the Zofia. And hey, once again, Shady, we did get to see some amazing stuff from him yesterday, but it was only in the last round that he happened to, just come out of his shell and shine like he usually does. But except for that, I didn't get to see the usual Shady stuff that he happens to bring out. An amazing fragger that Valiants happens to have, and it's just that I always expect him to frag his brains out, but he's been a little off balance today as well. Let's see if as we go further into the rounds, he'll be able to wake up from that slumber. Usually seen him drop double-digit kills. Meanwhile, coming back, Archangel already pushing in on the side of Garage. He's gotten a nice entryway, enough soft reach potential from the side of the attackers as well, as the E1D will be popped. Sinking Donut all the way above. He's actually holding from the side of long discs, interestingly so. First kill comes in, and that will not be Boom to fall this time. It'll be Boom to get the first frag. Archangel will be the first one, will be taking the fall. Finally, Boom getting that entry frag for himself. This could be that one change of pace that Dauntless Esports might have needed. The Mozzie, I'm not sure where exactly he's happening to play, but we'll be taking a quick look at that in just a moment. There we go. It's playing all the way on the side of Visa, and now bottom of circular stairs. A possible push could come in from the attacks, and that's what Hussein and Boom are scared about, and that's exactly where Shady is. Bottom of the spiral stairs, he's going to be holding this down. He's got the long angle to worry about as well. There's a meter window that he's taking care of right now. Shady meanwhile picks up a kill. Boom gets another, and that was the V frag onto Shady. But Boom gets a little too aggressive, and he'll pay for that mistake. Dibjal will be there to take care of him, and a quick headshot is going to do the job. Flick shotter all the way on the hallway of circular stairs. We've got Triple getting a frag onto Dibjal. That's a huge one. The line is going to take the fall. Meanwhile, another flank is already coming up, and Triple is going to walk away with that amazing swift strafe kill. In fact, that was very smooth to look at. Got Sinking Donut. It's slowly coming up. We already knows where Flick shotter happens to be. That's the Hibana. Left in a 1 versus 3. We've seen Flick shotter come up with some amazing plays. Will this be the day he gets the clutch in? He'll get the first frag in. He won't be able to survive anything longer than that. That'll be Triple to get the final frag on the Flick shotter. As hey, definitely an amazing round once again for Dauntless Esports. The change in pace is working out for them, and we'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay as we proceed to round 6, the last round before roll swap. Will we see the equalizer come in onto a 3-3 from the side of Dauntless Esports, or will this be a 4-2 going in the favor of the Valiants? Let's find that out as we proceed to round 6.
Well, we are about to reach the end of first half. After 2 rounds on Basement Archives going in the favor of Lies Valiants, Dauntless Esports decides to finally win back on Basement Archives in round 5, and this in round 6 they cannot pick Basement Garage because they recently win it in round 4, so they're forced to pick a second floor console office. 6 pick comes in as Boom switches from the Mira to the Legion, and with that, second floor console office will be in play. The only changes that we do see on the defender side would be Hussein playing as the Vomai and Sinking Donut still with the Jaeger, and quite strong on his flank duty. Works out, he is performing well in his flank works, getting at least 2 or 3 kills in most probably on the mid rounds. He could most of the time had the possibility to recover the rounds, but every single time that Lies Valiants try to push in on a particular site, eliminates 2 or 3 players. And at that specific time, Sinking Donut would push in and get those kills. So maybe if Sinking Donut tries to be a little bit, tries to be as fast as possible, he could be able to save his teammate's life, and hopefully will be able to get the stronger hold on site. But let's see what will happen as we proceed to round 6, console office, and we do see Dibjal playing as the Twitch. Shockdowns will be able to eliminate any utilities, Vamai's magnet needs, the Jaeger's ADSs, Legion's goo mines, and also Smokes' gas canisters if timed well. Although you cannot use the smoke gas canisters to take out the Goya's Vulcan shield, but we do see Hussein with the spawn kill right from the printer room. Actually sees the head but decides to just fall back instead, which would alert the attackers of the presence being detected right from the admin office. With that, Archangel will continue his work, opening up the windows of console office. Actually, he just pre-fires it. That's basically a pre-fire spot in which some of the operators would hold an angle from that specific site in where Sinking Donut is playing on. But with that, I believe Nomad will be able to use her air jabs, one from the yellow stairs, the second from the windows of piano room, and the third maybe in the meeting room to make sure that the flanks won't arrive when they are mainly focused on repelling at those angles. And looks like Shady will be able to get one. Triple goes down. The Vector SMG with the C4 combined won't be available, but his Vulcan shield still will play a vital role for them. With the total of 2 flashbangs being thrown from the yellow stairs, Jaeger is apparently blinded by the lights, but he will restore back. And he will make sure that he would hold his yellow stairs as best as possible, but for now he'll just fall back to the site instead. He'll just With that, a lot of drone works is coming in from the attackers, which would be able to detect where exactly Jaeger's location is, followed up with the shock drone, eliminating some of the important utilities on the side of the defenders. With that, the Legion, he was a little bit too late to take out the shock drones, but he's playing very close on the console office window. It is very risky, but Hussein will be able to find Shady, a late refrag, as I might like to call it, but being Shady down would allow things to work out well, but not for Sinking Donut, though Dibjol eliminating him right from the console desk will be able to reconfigure themselves out. Dauntless Esports having a lot of problem, but Dibjol will be here to get another refrag as Dibjol goes down as well. And looks like Sledge will be the third one to rappel back from the console office window yet again. With the boom falling back to the connector wall, it will be very difficult for the attackers, knowing that they've lost a total of 2 players. The deployable shield is still intact, and now they've decided to throw flashbangs for that execute. With Avidvi playing very close on the meeting room, all he has to do is to throw those smoke gas canisters right from the meeting room towards the console office window to halt the attack progressing. It is a viable strategy, and it will work quite a lot for a total of 30 seconds. If they do not eliminate smoke, things will not go well on the side of Lies Valiance, and looks like they only have 20 seconds left. Avidvi has yet another one. He's going to detonate it yet again, and the attackers should have to wait for a total of 10 seconds. With that, Dauntless Esports will take things under control, and looks like Arcanes will be able to eliminate one. Hussein gets the flick shot, but Dove on the other hand eliminates Hussein as well. Now they've got the entrance towards the site. Avidvi, the only operators left. He's playing on the side of hallway, sees the head of the smoke. He will get it. The second one is not going to be able to get it. Very close. Dova will be able to eliminate the smoke in just so little seconds. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, my goodness, Dauntless Esports had things under control, but in the dying seconds, they could not handle it out very well. My god, as we proceed to round 7, great plays coming in from both the teams. As we take a look at the scoreboard, 4-2. And now we do see Lies Valiance on defense, and they'll be defending on Basement Garage.
Man, I've got to say that if the SMG-11 by chance had a few bullets more in the mag, he would have gotten that frag onto the Nomad. That would have been an amazing clutch to witness from Avidvi. But hey, it's Dova you were up against. He knew exactly what's up. Quickly targeted the shield when he knew where that pre-fire came in from onto his teammate, the Sledge. That hip fire coming in without the ADS as well. Really, that round did finish off in style for the side of Valiance, at least. The first half finishing off in style from the side of Valiance. They did take the advantage along with the style points as well for them. Got Lies Valiance on a 4-2 scoreline now. Definitely something that they wanted to walk away with, at least heading onto the second half of this match. Now they'll be the ones on the side of defense, and once again we get to see the emphasis of the Kaid, of the Mute, of the Mira. Same stuff, not a huge change except from what Dauntless Esports happens to bring up. The real question is, will they be as potent as they claim to be? Because Dauntless Esports clearly weren't walking away with the deficit, and look at that, already not having a reinforcement to work with. I think I'm not sure what is going on. Or are they deciding to just leave it open? Is that the case? I'm not sure. I think they've left it open on purpose. That is the case. I think that could be a possible bait. Maybe they've got a Mira window set up as well, so could be the thing. Honestly, might as well work. You know, Boom is already taking some damage. I'm not sure from where though. That'll be the Sledge all the way. Oh, that's a long angle being employed. That's a really long angle being employed. Oh, look at this. Shady walks away with a headshot through that little slit. The black cut happens to offer him. Is he able to walk away with another one? He's just having to pre-fire through that windshield, and he got a frag. That's really beautiful. He gets one more. The double kill comes on from Shady. As the real Slim Shady does stand up and picks off a double frag, but he'll finally be put down though. And that'll be from the long angle, from Triple. I wouldn't blame him. He had to go down at this point. He was playing on a really difficult position. And there you go. He's just going to be taken care of. Triple is going to make sure he gets that headshot. As we do find ourselves in a 4 versus 3. And a very nice position that Lies Valiance have found themselves in. As Avidvi has done so much damage on him. There you go. Flickshot picks up a frag onto Sinking Donut. It's all under Triple Avidvi. Out of which Avidvi will be taken care of as well. It's all under Triple and a 1 versus 4 now. as Battler is not in a mood to rest. There we go. Doa was the one to pick up that frag. Could not even guess who that was. There's so many pre-fasts coming in. But hey, it's all down to the Nomad. A 1 versus 4, and this will be the ace clutch if she does happen to clutch it in the quad kill with a minute left. So much time, using that time to his advantage. Triple is just going to, possibly just regroup with his team and rediscuss what's up and what's not. But Flickshotter has spotted him. That information will go out. There you go. The console peak is already coming in. Oh, almost getting that headshot from Triple. Archangel knows better. He's just going to fall back. He knows exactly when not to be peeking. Except for this. Yeah, there we go. Except for this time around. Triple does get that headshot on Archangel. And now he's possibly going for the diffuser retrieval. Here's Doa right around the corner. Doa does not know that the Nomad has moved up top. But now he's going to fall back right in time. The drone hole spot right below yellow stairs being used from the side of Dibjol as well. That'll be the Legion playing very close. This could be fatal for the Triple unless he finds the frag. No, that'll be Doa to win that fight once again. Another finishing kill comes in from Doa. Back to back for 2 rounds, and that'll be Lies Valiance taking the lead further. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Round 8 will be underway as Lies Valiance are not intending to stop this. Stay 1 round away from taking this to match point.
Well, with Dauntless Esports finally coming back, winning Basement Garage on their second half, where they are on attack, we are going to proceed to round 8. First floor lobby will be the site on the side of Lies Valiance. It looks like Almira will still be available for players. Hussein switches him using a 6-pick ticket as he switches from the Capitao to the Amaru. Same thing goes to Dibjol as he switches from the Vigil to the Mozzie. For a moment there, we did see an alibi being played. Those total of 3 holograms would be able to give good amount of information on where exactly the attacker's location is. But he will decide to just take the anti-intel operator instead. That would be the Mozzie. Those pest controls will be able to catch the drones, which used to be a very important intel gathering for the attackers. Taking those drones out would prove a bit of advantageous positions on the side of defenders if used or placed at the proper moment. We do see Shady using a bit of holes right from the meeting room, which can be able to hold an angle right from the main entrance. For that, we do see a total of 2 Miras being actually 2 Mira gadgets being deployed. One from the bake room, which can be able to hold an angle from the admin, and the second maybe towards the bathrooms, I believe. And with that, action phase will be in play. Actually, the second will be placed on console office instead. I do have to apologize for that. But with that, with action phase being in play, the attackers will spawn in their specific spawn points and they will decide to push in. The only problem is the site being on first floor lobby. It's going to be a very difficult for them, knowing the fact that they have the hard breacher ace. Most of the strategies that the attackers thought that they would either pick a basement garage or a second floor console office. Picking first floor lobby would force the attackers to get the control of second floor console and meeting room, so that they would have they would make vertical lines of sight thanks to the soft breacher Boom, who's playing as the sledge, and they'll be able to get clearance of the site slower and slower. But they need to be careful of the time, as each and every objectives that they do try to complete, they would lose a simple amount of time, which even includes droning. It even includes trying to eliminate a particular person with a coordinated push. And yeah, with that, we'll see what's going to happen as we do see Flick shotting quite a bit of damage, and Triple will be able to eliminate one. Shady goes down. The smoke with those gas canisters won't be available on the side of Lies Valiance, and it is a vital gadget to be taken out. So Dauntless Esports doesn't have to worry about it, but they do have to worry about the C4 and the flank, in which Dibjol will be able to do it. The Commando 9 will be able to take out the shock drone, but he's actually thinking for a run out right from the yellow stairs entrance. Sad to say that he doesn't have any proper information on what kind of positionings that the attacker is playing. With that, Dole will be able to eliminate Hussein. The run out from the Jaeger will be able to eliminate one, as Boom accidentally TKs a Widwi in order to eliminate the Jaeger. It had to be done. Sacrifices were meant to be made, but with that, we are left in a 3v2 situation with Dauntless Esports in a very difficult spot, and an unexpected push. The run out from the Jaeger would give him in a very difficult situation here. Lies Valiance, all they have to do is waste a lot of time for Dauntless Esports to at least push from the side. And quite surprisingly, there is a Wamai holding from the meeting room, which would cause a lot of problems for the attackers here. Boom, trying to get the control as best as possible, but with Wamai playing also very close on the meeting room, will be able to fall back to the lobby instead, which would give the control of the meeting to the attackers. But with the total of 30 seconds left, this is the time where the attackers decides to execute, and with them losing a lot of time in this mere amount of seconds, it's going to be very difficult for them, but might not be, as the Mira goes down. Triple getting a double kill. But that pre-fire comes in from Dipjol and he eliminates, making it a 2v1 situation. Boom, in a very difficult spot. Doesn't know where exactly Archangel positioning is. He'll be able to get that quick kill. The push comes in, switches to the SMG-11, doesn't get the shots just yet. He'll be able to eliminate Moz. He gets the confirmation, but he doesn't have any more time. He doesn't know where Vamai's location is, and just like that, Lies Valiance will win round 8 on first floor lobby. They did not have enough amount of time, even though Triple eliminated the Mira right from the toilets. They did not have exact information because they didn't have enough amount of drone works. And with those 10 seconds left, you have to go for the frags. You cannot go for the plant at the dying 5 seconds of the round. And with that, Lies Valiance will be actually Lies Valiance will be able to win it out, putting them on a match point as we proceed to round 9. Second floor console office will be the site for them. We'll see if it favors on the side of defense.
Well, I can really say that Lies Valiance is definitely showing out the frustration of the very obvious fact that they did not make it to Division 3 promotions in the Season 1. Just kidding, guys. It's looking like Lies Valiance have come up with a very strong beginning, you know, even considering yesterday and today as well. They definitely are looking very stronger than usual, and more importantly, they've been throwing so much at us that it's just at this point they're very unpredictable to how you happen to make judgments from how Lies Valiance can perform and cannot. Speaking of which, we don't see Killen now playing today as well, so there do happen to be some roster changes that happens to bring out a little difference in the playstyle of just some little stuff that happens to change, but that is exactly what they needed today for Dauntless Esports to go down, and that is what it looks like. 6-2 is looking like a very close score that Dauntless Esports are just pushed down in a corner. They're just not able to fight back. Will we be able to see a comeback? I would love to see Dauntless Esports do that. So Dauntless Esports has had this very 5 formidable people. I would rather not underestimate. A possible comeback is what we could see happen, but it looks far off from the books, at least on paper. It looks like Lies Valiance are a whole lot more in control. That being said, we'll be underway with the action phase, and already so many pre-fires coming in from the side of the attackers. We want to make sure that all of the windows are taken care of. We know for a fact that how mischievous Consulate can be as a map.
You can worry less about grenades.
As Archangel just flexing on his Wamai frisbees. He happens to just throw in a dialogue from the ripped off dialogue from the Jaeger. It's okay. We've still got Hussein. Just taking. He's not a fan of plantations. He's just gonna take care of that waste. So we'll be seeing him move up any moment now from the yellow stairs. They still got flick shot. I'm not sure whose heartbeat he's trying to find there, but hey, that's not the best angle to find a heartbeat. He's got Sinking Donut getting a frag on the dip jaw. That'll be the Twitch pushing up, and looks like the frag power that the side of the attackers needed. That's exactly what Sinking Donut has brought on with the Twitch pick. A possible peek could come in from the side of Archangel, but he knows he's being targeted from every single angle there. Will be walking away with the frag on a shady, but Archangel does get the refrag right back in there. Trying to be as secure as he can be on top of the yellow stairs, as I call this the Shaiko spot. Got a shield as well. Flick shot, meanwhile, from below is going to make sure he has enough pressure established to keep the attackers busy. Triple boom and a sailor, all that is left. Boom will make sure he gets the frag onto at least the finisher, onto the pulse. It's a 2 versus 3 that the defenses found themselves in, and looking like they might look like they don't have the advantage over here. But no, Archangel is going to swing wide about this, and he gets taken off from the rappel on the console window. Triple will be going in for the rappel with the sledge, and it's all down to Doa, who's coming up from the side of yellow stairs. If they have information, they could come in for the possible clutch, but no, the shield what gives away the position. But the Zofia loses that fight anyway. Hussein takes the fall, and that'll be Nova trying to make this a possible clutch. P5s are coming in, but he knows exactly where that Nomad is. He won't be able to survive that anyway. That'll be the frag for him to take, and for Triple to take. That is a quick double kill did come in, and hey, that's a nice dent to the lead that Lies Valiance happened to take, and will be headed to round 10, but they still to sit on match point, as Dauntless Esports will be going one step ahead to a possible comeback that we happen to talk about during the start of this round. That being said, round 10 will be underway, and Baba, what do you think? Where is this match headed to?
Well, looking at Lies Valiance's defense, they've won a total of 2 defending rounds in a row. Round 7, round 8 on Basement Garage and First Floor Lobby. With Dauntless Esports recently winning on a second floor console office, they are back on Basement Garage. And I'm quite, according to my predictions, I might say that Lies Valiance has around 70 to 80% chance that they might win it out against Dauntless Esports, unless and until if they make a little bit of mistakes, maybe a run out potential, or if they decide to go for an early spawn peak, or getting an early kill on the side of Dauntless Esports, things might come to a change. If that does not happen, well, it's Lies Valiance has the upper hand on winning against Dauntless Esports on Basement Garage. But it's just a prediction. Who knows? And in a game of Rainbow Six Siege, anything can happen. But in the total of 20 seconds, where you do see the defenders placing their gadgets, using their reinforcements, opening up lines of sight, making rotations, as we come to an end of the prep phase, and we will wait for the action phase to come in, where Dauntless Esports will be able to go for a push. Maybe since it's on basement push, it should be viable for them to enter towards the piano room to make a vertical lines of sight, in which currently there is 2 roamers being present here, I believe. It should be Archangel right from the tallest, in which he has a very good stronghold with the help of the Mira's mirrors, as well as a total of 2 ADSs followed up with the Mute's jammers to make sure that they don't have good amount of information on where exactly he is. With that, Dibjo will be playing quite surprisingly right from below in the basement cafeteria. Nonetheless, it's pretty much standard. I don't know why I did said something I just forgot about right now. Anyways, with the rappel going in from the second floor console office, we do see attackers trying to gain control from the admin. Enters in, and that would be Hussein. We did see Hussein perform some excellent clutches and aces, but looks like he's having a lot of problems against Dauntless Esports on map Consulate. Will we see Hussein make some absolutely incredible plays, or will Lies Valiance will be able to, sort this thing out? We do see Triple using the gadget to make sure that the flank from Visa stage won't happen from them. As Dibjol will be able to, he's just going to reposition himself back from the spiral stairs. We do see a pre-placed C4 right from the cafeteria. He's just waiting for the Sledge's hammer to drop down so that he'll be able to use the Nitro Cell to hopefully get that kill. Abidvi taking out the barbed wire. It needs a total of 2 melee hits. And looks like the C4 will be able to take a bit of damage to Boom in the piano room. But quite sadly to say that Archangel still holding towards the toilets will have a lot of problems dealing for the attackers. They need to clear him out, or else he's going to be able to give some surprise attacks for them. A minute and 14 seconds left. The Zofia will be able to use a total of 2 concussive, which would follow Archangel to fall back to the side, and decides to play the vertical angle against them. A lot of gunfire has been exchanged right from that hatch, as Hussein won't be able to get the connect on any of the operators, and looks like it's going to go sideways as Dova gets the kill to Hussein. Important kill, but here comes an instant refrag from Sinking Donut as he eliminates Dibjol. Already, we are about to reach the 40-second mark, as the attackers haven't opened up the walls on Basement Garage, nor they've made a vertical sign. Actually, they did make a vertical lines of sight. The only problem is they are having a lot of problems dealing with the attackers. Now with that, Abidvi will be able to open up the walls in 25 seconds time. He'll be able to follow up with the smoke grenade, follow up with the plant. The only problem is he needs to dodge those C4s, and looks like Boom will be able to take care of one situation, eliminating Dova. Sinking Donor will do the same with a perfect headshot, eliminating Flick Shot with an instant refag coming in from him, making it a 2v2 situation. Shady and Archangel. The SMG-11 Justice reigns from above as the Sledge eliminates one. It all goes down in a 1v1 situation. Triple versus Archangel. Archangel with the SMG-11. He knows that the plant is going on. He has to go for the push. Will it happen? The C4 Oh my goodness, the C4 will be able to eliminate Triple as they will win round 10 on Basement Garage. Let's take a look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Lies Valiance. That C4. My goodness, for a moment there we thought the attackers had the opportunity to go for the plant, but that C4, I just cannot talk more about that. Wow, what an amazing match that we get to see, ladies and gents. Dauntless Esports, they did all they could with the 20-second time remaining. It was it was chaos all over again. And then that C4, I did not expect to see that C4 out of nowhere, man. Wow.
Hey, cool guys don't look at explosions. Just happen to throw the C4 very sportingly, very happily, and finishing off in style. He knew, the confidence was there in the composure he had. Just chill out and press the button on his cell phone and got the frag. And hey, style points definitely to Lies Valiance, that's for sure. But apart from the style points, they'll be getting some important division stage points as well in Division 2 people. And that happens to be a flex on its own because Division 2 is, in fact, the Bloodbath division. That being said, we'll be taking a quick look at the highlights of this match and reliving the moment into this. As Baba, please walk us through what we did get to witness in this match on Consulate.
Well, where do I start? I mean, round one, it was Lies Valiance winning a total of 3 attack rounds in a row. Quite surprisingly, we did see Dauntless Esports decides to defend on basement archives and first floor tellers. With the attackers, they didn't have any problems in neutralizing the threat right from the basement, in which the Pulse was the only operator remaining with those cardiac sensors, and that C4 would have been able to get the kill, but unfortunately, Nomad was there to save the day. Yet again, on second floor, it was basement archives yet again, and Lies Valiance didn't have any problems dealing with it. But this spawn kill from the Mozzie, and Dibjol just one taps him in the head. My god, he's not going to, Dibjol is going to be very happy about that one tap though. We actually did record that at that specific moment, and yeah, it was just a flawless victory for on the side of Lies Valiance. Dauntless Esports, they had a lot of problems dealing on the basement archives 2 times in a row, and on basement cafeteria and garage even on round 3. We did see Triple and Boom. Actually, Boom just got early picked out for around 2 to 3 rounds on the side of defense, but I'm glad he picked it back up on round 4 to at the second half as well. And this round was where Dibjol started to get those important frags, getting the control on the toilets, eliminating the players right from the pillar, actually from the pipes, to give them the perfect access. Dova had a lot of problems dealing with the Jaeger, but that instant refag came in from Dibjol with the Lion's weapon. And then we did see Dauntless Esports winning on basement garage. They took their sweet time. Even with the Hussein and Boom being eliminated, all Sinking Donut has to do was to wait for them. And yeah, in round 5, this was actually round 5. So I just wanted to ask Foxy, the amount of carnage and chaos that you did get to see, what did you feel about this?
Honestly, I like I said in the beginning of the match as well, I was very skeptical about how this match would go down. Both of these teams, very amazing rosters. More importantly, it's the fact that I haven't seen them play on Consulate for so long that it almost happened to skip my mind on how exactly this match could go with a possible prediction. In fact, that's the reason why I usually ask predictions before every match, but I did not ask you today. That's because I myself did not know where this match could go, but apparently it was very heavily in the favor of Aliens. And more importantly, walking into this match, I was more excited as well. Like I happen to talk about this, the rivalry that both of these teams share, that adds so much fun to to the stakes of how a match should be going. And more importantly, it's a very healthy competition we've got going, right? The players just motivating each other to play better and better. And today, it was Valiance at the top. That being said, we'll be taking a quick look at just the final moments of this match and this round, for that matter. Just a possible clutch from Dova was coming up, but no, he got shut down eventually from round 9 though. We do have this frenzy of kills being dropped one by one, and look at that, the Batman drop, I like to call it. Shady just coming in from the hatch and onto the planter, and then he did fall though. We did see the clutch coming in from Archangel. Look at that, cool guys. Don't look at explosion, that's for sure. Just finishing off in style, and more importantly, taking the lead early into season 2 already. Lies Valiance definitely looking hungry for that promotion spot coming in for themselves. At least going ahead into this tournament. That being said, that'll be it from me and Babu Gusta for this match. We've got another one coming up, people. That is going to be Wild Stallions versus Exterminate Esports on your screens in just a bit. And there's only a short break separating us and you from witnessing that match. It's witnessing that match, excuse me. But that'll be it from us, and we'll see you guys in just a bit. Make sure you have your popcorn ready and stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Foxtrot, and I've got Baba Gusta with me today on an amazing evening that we have. As we did start off, the Lies Valiants happen to take away a nice match against Dauntless Esports, but we've got another match coming up right around the corner. Wild Stallions versus Exterminate Esports is definitely going to be an amazing match. At least for the starters, we are headed to Cafe People. That's going to be an amazing map to witness, and we are into the match already and into the ban phase, as we'll see Exterminate Esports start off on defense, while Wild Stallions will be on attack. And for those of you joining us a little later into this stream, or into season 2 for that matter, Wild Stallions is the ex-BTE roster. So you got many people from in there, and just a little shake up to what their original spirit used to be. But yeah, they've still got it in them, and that's why they're here in the Bloodbath division. While Stallions versus Exterminate Esports will be underway, and Baba, please take us through the ban phase.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that, Foxy. Talking about Team Exterminate, they've actually they're actually not in a good start against Dauntless Esports. We see them losing them 7-4 on map Clubhouse, and this time they are gonna go against Wild Stallion, the team where you actually did say it as the XBTE. We are going to be seeing them banning the Thatcher, quite standard as we'd like to call it, because of his EMPs. He'll be able to disable any utilities from the defenders, even if it's through wall or not. So taking him out would be a viable idea. Followed up with a Nomad on the side of attack, and on the defense will be a Vomai and a Mira ban. That would be the end of the ban phase. So looks like the Mira and Vomai won't be available to play, especially Vomai is greatly used on the third floor bar site, in which he uses deployable shield right from the piano room. So taking him out wouldn't have any problems to get the control on piano room, although they need to be careful. Although they need to be careful of the Maestro and the Valkyrie. So yeah, talking about the teams on the side of Wild Stallion, we have your average R6 player, Infernus, No Skill, Desmond, Nanny, and on the side of Team Exterminate, we have Skullex, Rini, Triggered, Maddie, and Boardwayo, as they will decide to defend on third floor bar, followed up with a 6-pick as Skullex switches from the Mozzie to Clash. Quite an interesting 6-pick, as I might like to call it, Foxy. So, talking about it, what do you think of the 6-pick? Will it favor on the side of XCM Esports, or will Wild Stallions be able to counter this one out?
Honestly, what I'm looking forward to is this match is watching Rene perform. Rene's been amazing, at least as per how he happens to perform solo. Gives so much more, adds so much more value to how XTM happens to bring out their attack strategies, defense strategies. It's a very centered, thing about how Rene happens to influence his team. But then again, I just want to clear this up with anybody in the chat. If you could educate me, is Rene the same Renegade that used to, the OG Renegade that used to play all the way back in year 1? I want to know that quickly, if somebody could educate me on that, because that's who I think he is. Yeah, definitely my eyes will be on him. Let's see if Rene is able to bring up what we expect of him. But that out of the way, we've got the very nice and looking very fresh roster change up from the side of BTE, and a little rebrand of the name as well. Wild Stallions, we've got Nanny, a very looks like we have a little bit of that meme going on right now. Sure, you're supposed to destroy them, not join them, because we do remember Nanny destroying the Battery Esports on this very map in that 1 versus 2 clutch coming up. So that very infamous clip all the way back from the first league, from the Jackal. We know about, everybody knows about what I'm talking about right now. So it's definitely a meme moment that I'll later get onto. But right now, savoring that moment, Nanny already being very influential for his team, is going to do a utility clearing for now, at least. Just taking care of whatever there is from the side of the defense. Swisha, meanwhile, is going to be on the rappel. Your R6 player on the IQ. Once again, rocking the LMG, definitely using it. And he reads Rene like a book. Is going to know that there's a prone peak coming in. Just going to pre-fire away through the barricade and get that frag in. A 4 versus 5, an early advantage for Wild Stallions, but not enough map control though. They've only got the man count in, and Skrillex has brought out the clash, so that does offer so much more, at least so much more stall time, at least to what the defense wants to acquire out of this round. Barn comes to the most go-to side of all, that is. We've got Maddie already trying to exchange some fire with the Zofia, but he's taking some damage himself. After doing a little bit of that to Desmond, and look at this, the IQ is pushing up so close. Might be able to get this frag. Nanny taking some damage once again from Maddie. That is a long angle being employed. No skill meanwhile takes so much damage. That's from the Maya. So the Alda comes alive. You don't go peeking the Alda, at least not while it's in the hands of Bodway. Meanwhile, at the quick down, look at the man pop off. Maddie, what is he doing? Finally gets shut down though from the IQ. That's all Shrisha been doing, so much killing for his team. But he tries to get the clash. He gets baited right off from Triggered. What a headshot from the long hallway. The SMG 11 comes alive. It's all under Infernus and no skill to clutch this out in a 2 versus 3 position that they found themselves in. And just as I happen to talk about, wait, is he happen to bring out the bailiff and trying to go for the kill onto the ace, and he's gonna pay for that mistake, and the overconfidence from Bodway is gonna go down. I think he should have gone for the reload on the Alda. Now it's all under Skylex and Triggered. That was a very awkward situation to find yourselves in, Bodway. No skill pool moving up white stairs as the time on the clock is getting thinner and thinner. The push-up is in, but so much damage is being done to Infernus. Only 3 seconds left. No skill is going to take down Triggered. It's a 1 versus 2. Infernus has to go for the plan, and now it's all down to the clash. But he's going to win the first one, and Infernus gets off the plan. XTM Esports clutch this out on the back of Skrillex. The clash comes alive. Infernus gets off the plan because the sledge got taken down on the last moment. That'll be the first round being taken in from the side of the defense as they win that on the width of a thread there. Honestly, that was so close. Round 2 will be underway. 0-1 is the scoreline. A very close first round already makes me believe that this match is definitely going to come up to be a very close one. Let's see what the match happens to offer.
Well, I really can't wait for the second round in which we won't be able to have any idea on who's going to be winning it out. And in the first round, it was more of like a huge amount of, I would say, a barrage of refrags and kills coming in from both the teams, leaving it in a 1v2 situation. And actually, yes, the Skrillex, I believe, eliminating those 2 players in such quick fashion there. If he did not get that timer back in time, Wild Stallions would be able to win that first round out. But we'll see as we proceed to round 2. First for Kitchen will be the side, the same, the same strategy that we are going to see. Triggered having a little bit of problems dealing with the super shotguns. There you go. A little bit of holes being opened up, and with that, for a crouched rotation, actually not the crouched rotation, it's the vault rotation. He'll be able to place his armor panels, followed up with 2 right from the court window and the double doors of bar. With that, Maddie will be there with his electro claws to be placed, 1 on the freezer, maybe on the small bakery as well, unless and until if we might see a deployable street player coming in from that specific location. With that, action phase will be in play. We do see your average R6 player, aka Shrisha, will be able to push in from the construction side. Actually, not the construction side. I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, with that, we do see Shrisha pushing in from the west balcony. Decides to drone from the train museum. Followed up with Infernus, will be able to drone at the same place, maybe from the pillars or at the fireplace hallway. Followed up with the first frag already, and looks like Triggered is going to go down. I don't have any idea on who is it. There you go. Infernus will be the one to be eliminate Triggered. And with that, the advantage goes to Wild Stallions. Although we did see Exterminate Esports make a good amount of refrags in the previous round, so they are not out of the game just yet. They just need to hold their ground. They just need to wait for the attackers to do their job. That will be opening up the Train Museum's vertical line of sight to at least force the defenders out their way, so that they'll be able to proceed to push to the site. With that, 1 minute and 50 seconds left for the attackers as they start slowly pushing towards the side. But Nani will be able to find him. Not only be able to get the connect just yet, but there you go. The headshot will come in with the R4C, eliminating Skrillex, as the C4 will be able to use to eliminate no skill. But sadly, it won't connect. With that, the sledge will be able to proceed, opening up lines of sight, followed up with the thermal breaches to open up the hatches. With that, a lot of problems been arising to the defenders as they have to worry the vertical lines of sight as well as the push coming in, and looks like Nani will be able to take yet another one. Board Wayo goes down, making it a 5v2 situation. He'll be able to use the Ash's Breaching Charge to take out a deployable shield or any utilities from the defenders, I believe, to make sure he'll be able to give the maximum potential of winning, especially on that 30 seconds push. With that, the nade, I believe, actually it's not a nade, yeah, it is a nade, in which he did not able to go for the connect, but Infi, we do see him planting near the kitchen service, and the defender doesn't even know that the plant is going on. With that, while Stallions, they have successfully planted the diffuser, and it is post plant on the side of XTM. Shrisha holding the angle right from the kitchen entrance, and he's going to be able to get a kill. It's going to be Infernus getting up the kill. Maddie with the instant refrag, but it's not going to work out well because you have Shrisha on the back end eliminating Maddie, while Stallion will be able to win their first round of attack on first floor kitchen. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as we proceed to round 3, 1-1 is the scoreline, favoring to nobody, and looks like we are actually going to go for a rehost ask from Skullex. It will be confirmed, and we are back over here. What a great rounds that we get to see for the past 2 rounds. Talking about the ban phase, Thatcher Nomad quite standard. The only difference that we do get to see would be on the side of defense, where Vamai will be the one who's going to be banned. Quite honestly, we don't see the defenders picking a Valkyrie on the side of defense, knowing that she isn't banned. She's very powerful on the third floor, the piano room, as well as on any set, as I would like to call it. Thanks to her Valkyrie's information cams as well as those C4s, it would work out well on the side of defenders, but we don't see them play that specific operator. We do see Exterminate playing the Maestro. That would be Board Way who was playing the Maestro at that time. Not quite sure why he was using the Bailiff to go up on a gunfight against the Ace with the AK-12. Most of the time you'd use the Alder to go for a pre-fire because he was trying to get the S for style points, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out well in the end. Although we did get to see some great important plays, so yeah, it's quite an amazing one.
But no, once again, Baba Gusta, I think we'll have to re-emphasize on the bans. So if you would just let me know what the bans were on both the sides, we could have a better breakdown of how things went down.
Yeah, sure, Foxy. The ban phase would be Thatcher, Nomad, Vamai, and Mira
That's
on the
exactly
side
what
of
I'm
defense. So
talking
yeah.
about. See, we've already got the Vamai and Mira being taken care of, and on a map like Cafe, we know how influential both of those ops can be. So that's straight off the bat eliminated. And just the way it happens to be Thatcher at this point, I think the man has been. Which map has he not been banned on? He just keeps getting banned, and that's just been the trend. So already we've started off with a very standard outlook to how a cafe match happens to be, but here's the change up. Both of these teams having very unpredictable play styles, at least with the change up, at least in Wild Stallions coming in. I'm not sure what additions the new players on this roster happen to bring, what kind of value they happen to add. So that being said, it's more of a journey that will be taken through, I think, in this match, as we'll be trying to discover and break down how Wild Stallions have changed in terms of how they approach this game. But that out of the way, Cafe, a very familiar map to everybody in this region. I mean, so many experience points all of these teams already have on a map like Cafe. But I think definitely it's going to start off in the advantage of XTM Esports. But while Stallions could turn things around in the second half, that's going to be my bet. But at least for the first half, I think XTM Esports is going to be on top. We did see the equalizer come in very quickly, though. While Stallions definitely don't want to walk away, despite them being on attack, they've been very swift with what they want to pull off. And hey, that's what makes a good team.
I mean, yeah, talking about the first 2 rounds that I did get to see. First round was at third floor bar. With a lot of chaos going on. Skullex was in a 1v2 situation. All he had to do was to eliminate the sledge holding the diffuser completely being planted, but it didn't quite work out well as Skullex gets the kill and Ace was forced to turn back. Not having any seconds to plant the diffuser, and with that, XTM did get that win. Very close round, as I like to call it. And then round 2, it was on first floor kitchen. This is where Wild Stallion did get the opportunity to win at least their first round of attack. We did see Shrisha and Nani popping off quite a lot with the Ash plays, eliminating 2 of those players, making sure that they would get the control on second floor train room as well as the fireplace all as best as possible so that they would continue their work making those lines of sight. With that, We have got the ready confirmations with the team, and we are back after the rehost of Wild Stallion versus Team Exterminate Esports. Round 3 will be in play, and let's see which team will pivot to who.
That's right, definitely. We'll be looking to figure out and find out what this match happens to offer as we go ahead with a quick rehost. Thank you for making that very quick. Honestly, that was so seamless. It is almost like we did not have a break in between. It's just a quick breakdown we got, and also the teams had a little bit of a strategic timeout for themselves as well. Just to regather and just to have a little bit of a moment and reanalyzing everything that they wanted to do going ahead into this match. 1-1, quick equalizer back from the side of White Stallions. Let's see what round 3 happens to offer us. We'll be seeing Reading Room and Fireplace all come out to be the side from the side of defense. Jaeger and Mute will be employed from them as well. Maestro will be the one that'll be a little more focused on the information trade-off that they want to bring out. But hey, yeah, most definitely, I'll be looking forward to see how things go down. We've got.
My evil eye has your back.
Excuse me, as I just happened to get a little
Attackers
confused
have
with
located a
some
bomb.
a little brain lag moment for me. I was speaking about Triggered. In fact, we've got Triggered running the Goyo. He's brought out the Goyo, a very influential operator when it comes down to be on a map like Cafe. While we've got Boardwayo and the Malusi as well. So it's definitely going to be an interesting approach to how XTA map is to bring this
10
out
seconds to go.
on a map like Cafe, and the side being Reading Room. Meanwhile, on the side of Wild Stallions, the
5
last one
seconds
was
remaining.
very surgically done. It was really beautiful to see that only Maddie could walk away with a single
Attackers
frag. That was the
objective
Kai
is to
towards the
defuse
end
the
of it
bomb.
in the post plant as well. So that was a very successful round in terms of how Wild Stallions happened to approach it. Just cannot happen to be a one-trick pony when it comes to a match like this, and that's what XTM Esports has to show us in this round. The site is also going to be a tricky one. Speaking of the side, we've got enough emphasis from the side of the attackers as well. Enough soft reach, we've got Desmond and No Skill running the Zofia and the Sledge. And, if that's not enough, you've got Nanny on the Ash as well. And I think most possibly there's Swisha running the breach charges on the IQ. If you could quickly get a look at that. Yeah, he's running the breach charges. There we go. Enough soft breach potential from the side of the attackers as well. Thank you for that, Aizen. For a quick look at that on the inventory. A good board where you're taking some damage. I'm not sure from where though. That was, I believe, No Skill from this white window, and No Skill is going to get. Never mind. There's going to be Desmond getting the frag on the board Wayo, as we'll be seeing No Skill just chilling over here. Just rapid, taking all the attention he needs while his teammates
Bomb located
finishes
by
up
attackers.
on the defenders. Top floor control not completely given away though. We've still got some defenders playing above. That'll be the Maestro, Skullx and Triggered. The Goyo playing on the side of Cocktail and top of the white stairs. Infernus meanwhile along with Srisha is trying to establish control on the side of Museum and the trains area. Drone works being done from the side of the IQ while there's still a part of Wild Silence is still busy getting the top floor control done, as we'll still be seeing the push happen on the side of the attackers. Wild Stallions, you've got them pushing in really hard. Desmond and No Skill are going to take a double kill, and that's the top floor defense throttled down. And here's another one to add insult to injury. Nanny is going to get the frag on his Skullx. Call on to Maddie once again. He gets the frag once again. Will he be finished by Srisha off? No, this time around Srisha takes the fall, and that'll be the double kill. And a possible 1 versus 5 ace clutch coming in from Maddie as well. Plant is going down already from the side of Infernus. Desmond is coming up from the side of the Christmas tree on the doorway. Plant will go off and the kill will come in time as well. Desmond is going to be the one to get the frag in, and Maddie takes the fall as Wild Stallions. Once again, a very good round, except for Maddie. They just could not contain the man, getting that first 2 kills off. But Wild Stallions will stop them right in time. As we take a look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, I pass over the mic to Baba Gusta, asking him, what do you think round 4 is going to offer?
Well, round 4, since the site will be on 3rd floor bar, we might see Exterminate having a lot of problems. Now, we did see Skullx in a 1v2 situation. That does not mean that Exterminates can be able to do this out well. Knowing for the fact that while Stallion is getting those early picks for in the early rounds, eliminating two of those players, we might see Wild Stallion making a good amount of comeback in this specific round, as we see S6 coming in as Boardway switches from the
Defenders, protect your
Caveira.
bombs and
Sorry, I
defuse
just
by
kind of mixed up with the
attackers.
Caveira and Caveira to the Maestro. With that, third floor bar is going to be the side. We do see the Maestro and Alibi being played on the side of defense. That would be Skullex and Boardwayo. And with Trigger, we do see quite a lot of two of the same operators, the SAS brothers. That would be the Smoke and the Mute, with their specific amount of stats and abilities. The Smoke gas canisters and the Mute's
Bombs
jammers
located
to
by attackers.
not only just get the
10 seconds
information, but also the smoke gas canisters to fend off any push coming in from the attackers. Now, the only problem is, does Wild Stallions can be able to win this specific round? That is the biggest question. That action phase will be in play. We do see the attackers being spawned in their respective positions. Quite an interesting bulletproof camera right from the piano room wall, which has been made footholds right from the side, taking out the normal wall would do the trick to eliminate the bulletproof cams, and they don't even have to use any soft breaching utilities to even remove it in the first place. With that, we do see Nani slowly creeping in from the wide stairs, hoping to get the upper hand, the main advantage, the high ground. But he needs to be careful of two players who's apparently playing in the third floor part. Does he see the prone right from where Rini is playing? If he does not get this, then Rini might have the bigger advantage here. With a lot of drone wars coming in from Nani, Desmond will be able to join with him to give that edge. Now Desmond is very careful about it. It's going to be a matter of moment when Rini decides to go for a peek. One little mistakes from both of these teams might get something here, and looks like Rini's going to be able to go for the push, and he's going to win it. Rini with the play, and Desmond unfortunately goes down. The advantage comes in on the side of XTM, but Rini, he is low on HP and he needs to be careful, so he has to go for the peaks and not go for a wide push. With that, Nani will proceed to use his breaching charges to make lines of sight right from the floors of the third floor cocktail lounge. He actually sees the head, doesn't actually get the connect just yet. The SAS brothers doing all they can, as Maddie and Triggered both are in low amount of HP. Quite simply, we do see Triggered with the FMG9 eliminating no skill, making it a 3v5 situation here. Nani still in the reading room. He needs to find at least one body, and he will not get that. Maddie with the C4 eliminating Shrisa, which would make Infernus the only operator left on the side of Wild Stallions to clutch this one out on a 1v5 ace clutch situation. Will it happen, or will it be a flawless round will on the side of XTM? With the Trigger, the FMG9 providing wonders for him as he wins a total of 1 to 2 gunfights against it. And with Rini thinking of going very aggressive as he decides to go for a run out, but does he know that the push is coming in from the pillars here? With the information, they'll be able to relay it, saying that Infernus is slowly creeping up from the pillars. Or do they? Not good amount of information has been relaying on the side of XCM, but it's going to be a matter of moment where Infernus starts to push in. He's still in the red stairs. The defenders are still looking on exact point of where he is, and that gunshot will be able to detect that. With that, XTM will proceed to hold the angle right from the red stairs. 15 seconds left for the ace. He needs to make a push. He needs to get those kills, and unfortunately, Skullex will be there to get the head off of Infernus as XTM wins round 4. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 5 will be in play, and Exterminate Esports will be able to equalize the round against Wild Stallions. 2-2 is the scoreline as we proceed to round 5. They have 2 more rounds on defense. Will we see them getting the lead, or will we see Wild Stallions get the lead before them?
Hey, definitely XTM Esports coming out very strong this time around. With the equalizer right back into place. And this is exactly what we happened to establish already from the first round when this match happened to begin. We knew that going into this match is going to be a close one, and that's what it's shaping up to be, at least what it's looking like. Round 5 will be underway. 2-2 is going to be the scoreline, and kitchen service and kitchen cooking is going to be the side. Just as
protect your bombs
Baba
from being defused by
happened
attackers.
to advise him just how the last round happened to go down. It's just these little things that Wild Stallions didn't happen to account for, and that's what XTM Esports happen to take advantage on. That being said, we'll be underway on round 5. Already Skullix has brought out the Maestro. Rene, once again, he's going to be on the Jaeger. Maddie will be on the Kaid. And Triggered has brought out the Castle. A very interesting pick though, both ways has brought out the Mozzie. We don't get to see the Mozzie being employed a whole lot, honestly. Except for very certain situations, and this time around it's going to be employed there. And Desmond, walking into that pest very easily, so he's going to get a free roll for himself. A nice and easy one is going to set that up, as the Zofia is going to have one less of a roll to work with. But hey, it's going to be the Zofia going for the entry fragging, so it's going to be somebody else rolling for him most possibly. But yeah, but that is no excuse to lose a drone though to a Mozzie pest. That to the side. We've got Nani running the Ash as well. So once again, the same operator picks from the side of the attack. They don't want to be changing this a whole lot because they're very comfortable on what they happen to bring out. I don't really blame them. It does look very promising. Skullix doing some last minute setups, still very busy on site. It's very noisy as well. Could be the right moment for attacker to just crawl into it. But Wild Stallions are wiser than that. They know exactly how to be approaching this, and they'll be taking their sweet time to get the drone works in on the top floor. We've got a nice push already from the side of them, at least on the side of the museum windows and doors. Triggered making his way up top of the red stairs as he slowly creeps up to the red stairs hatch on the topmost floor. He's got René to help him with. Both of them will be on a very free roam. Not being contested at all from the side of the attackers. As we know for a fact that Wild Stallions on a general, at least on a general scale, everybody happens to go for the top floor clear, but they've taken this control a little too early. This could go either in their favor completely or completely go off with these defenders playing in so off positions. Desmond and the IQ, that's going to be your average R6 player, very close to René. He did get spotted by a drone coming up, and now they are onto him. Peaks are coming in, but Skullix is going to be the first one to fall. That's going to be from the vertical angle employed on the top front. This is going very smooth for the side of Wild Stallions because they're not even having to do a whole lot more, and they've already gotten the control on the vertical gameplay, and they're able to pick 2 kills off. Triggered and Skullix take the fall. René board where you're not able to do anything despite being on roam. This is very destructive, but here's René. He's going to get the first frag in. Desmond takes the fall. Mozzie trying to go for the quick relocation of where he happens to stay at. Inferno's already taken side. He's going for the plant, and that'll be a quick retake that they'll have to go for. Boardway, meanwhile, putting a dent to that possible situation that Wild Stallions has to put them in. And Boardway with the double kill is going to get the diffuser, but here's Swisha. He is going to shut down Maddie. It's still a 2 versus 2, looking very promising, and the diffuser in sight for the Mozzie. He's trying to land his shots, but he's just not able to. And Swisha is going to walk away with the diffuser, but he has the pistol come out. He's still not going to be landing that. Swisha does walk away with the double kill. Meanwhile, on the side, René takes the fall, and Boardwayo is so offside that he's going to have to go for the full rotate before he happens to shut down the plan, which has already gone off. 40 seconds left, and the man has got to go for a rush right now. Boardwayo low on HP, but so is Swisha, and so is Nani. Taking the positions right on time and watching the angles that they need to. Playing very passive right now. That's exactly what is expected from Wild Stallions. Making a quick rotate and announcing his entryway from the doorway of the red hallway. This is going to be fairly easy if the attackers happen to pull this off, but I think that's a self-flash coming in from Nani. Did happen to flash out Boardway as well, but it'll be Swisha to finish things off with the triple kill. Man drops sight 3k and the finisher as well. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. There'll be no clutches coming in from the side of defense, not yet, as Wild Stallions once again will be putting them up on a short lead, but at least a lead for sure. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline as we are headed to round 6. One round before the roll swap.
Well, round 6 in play. The site will be on first floor kitchen. Now's the time for Team Exterminate to at least equalize the round against them in the first half, because in the next round it would be Team Exterminate on attack, and it would be very difficult for them on a map like Cafe Dostoyevsky. With that, we do see a 6-pick coming in from Boardwayo as he switches from the Bandit to the Mozzie, the P10 Roni, in which it did work out well when he was defending on the piano room hatch. Couldn't actually win the 1v2 situation. So hopefully in this last round of defense we do get to see Exterminate Esports defending on, maybe we might be able to see some wonders happening on the defense. With that, prep phase will be in. You do see the entire defenders placing their utilities, their reinforcements, the works, and with that, I mean, talking about the plays that are happening, we do see Rini performing extraordinarily well in the previous round, especially going up against that gunfight against the Sophia in round 4, I believe, on third floor bar.
Seconds remaining.
Didn't actually get to expect a push. Most of the time, for a moment there, I thought Zofia was going to win that gunfight against Rini, but he had the upper hand. He eliminated the Zofia, and also he was still alive, making it a flawless win against Wild Stallions in that specific round. And what is that? Rini! I was just talking about you, and you just get an early kill against Desmond. Nice one, dude. Very nice. I just did not expect to see that. Anyways, already the first kill comes to the side of XTM as Rini eliminates Desmond. That just came out of nowhere there, ladies and gentlemen. With that, Desmond goes down. A total of 4 projectiles won't be available to eliminate at least some of the utilities, which would include the electro claws or make lines of sight from the second floor reading. But you do have Nani, you do have no skill, and Rini just takes another one, eliminating Shrisha. The man is on fire. The man wants to, give more compliments to the cast, which I am going to give him more, as no skill eliminates Triggered. A beautiful headshot coming in from him, but will we see Rini making an ace is the biggest question here. With him holding towards on the pillars with no skill and the Zofia both pushing in, as both Veo gets the headshot, eliminating no skill with the Peach, and Roni eliminating the drone proceeds to fall back. With that, Infernus needs to be careful, especially on the side of attack, as they only have 2 players left, and with a total of 1 minute 45 seconds left in the timer, it'll be very difficult for them to get into the site, knowing that there is still Rini and Boardwayer doing the roaming duty. Actually, there's just the Jaeger doing the roam duty, with 2 of those players decides to push in from the red stage, hoping to get control from the small bakery, but needs to be careful from the hallway, as well as the push coming in from Rini. He's still on the pillars, he's holding the angle, he sees the Ash, doesn't actually get the headshot just yet. Just going to be a matter of time when it does happen, though. Nani, with a beautiful vertical angle, will be able to eliminate him. But Rini, yet again, triple kill, eliminating Infernus. The only operator left would be the Ash. He's going to go down as well. 4K with the Jaeger, as Terminate Esports will win round 6 on first floor kitchen, equalizing the round against Wild Stallion. As you proceed to the role swap, round 7, we do see them on attack. And my god, do we have a wonderful match that we get to witness here.
Definitely a wonderful match that we've got ahead of ourselves. Right now, let's see what we have to showcase going ahead into this matches. I'll quickly take a look at the scoreboard. We've got Rennie with 6 frags, while at least on the side of the Stallions, somehow Desmond with 5 frags is still almost at the bottom of the list. But hey, that being said, not the best of scoreboards I've seen for either sides of the teams. Honestly, it's not the best of both the teams, but we're a long way to go. We've only hit the halftime. 3-3 is the scoreline as we're headed on to round 7, and let's see what this match happens to bring us. As we'll be headed into the prep phase, I'll quickly be taking a sip of water. Make sure I'm a little more energetic into this round, as just the moon people, if you'd excuse me.
Yeah, well, I mean, hydration is important, and for you as well, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still watching the stream, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and also hydration is also important, so make sure to stay hydrated. And with that, let's proceed to round 7, as the 3-3 will be the scoreline. The site will be on 3rd floor bar. And with that, I hope that Foxy is completely hydrated and he's ready to cast, I believe.
That is right. Always the hydrated people, and enjoy these amazing matches that are coming up on your screen. Non-stop Rainbow Six Siege action. We've got ourselves Division 2 to start this week of what? How better could it get? I mean, we've got Boardway. Oh, he's got a nice angle up top that tower. The segue he's got for himself. He's got Triggered meanwhile, making sure that all of this, breach, at least off breach on the hatches happen. Maddie meanwhile, we've got him running the ace. Triggered as well. All of this drone work coming in from them towards the end of round 7. So the first half were very, very inconclusive. Honestly, I still cannot land my finger on either of these teams. on how this match is going to go down, and that's exactly what it has been evident of. We've got 3-3, and a very, very fitting match that we have been to witness. Manny's still on his drones board way. I'm not sure if he's here. He's here for flank push for sure. That's from the bakery, possible push up, or any possible run out from the museum doorways and windows and whatnot. But he's a little bored and he's just gonna have to fall back. And very interestingly so, we don't see a run out coming in from the side of the defense either. No skill. That's going to be the Goyo. While both Wayo making the hot breach inside dining. It's not going to have any contest, at least not for any of the defenders. But I think Nani has heard that, and the Valkyrie quickly making her way up the white stairs. There you go. She's just almost on top of this floor. Could get caught up in the wrong spot, but I think Nani knows already what's up. But Desmond meanwhile picks up a frag onto Maddie. That'll be your ace. Already taken off the board. That was the solo heartbeats coming in from the side of the attackers, and now XTM Esports have found themselves in a really difficult position. Both Wayo knows exactly what the Valkyrie's playing. Takes some shots. Does he win this fight? No, the Valkyrie, the MPX comes out, and the down comes in, and the deagle to finish things out, as both Wayo will be taken care of. Prefag is very quick here from the side of Triggered, as he's going to get the proximity alarm as well. And a nice shot. That was a good shot with the hip fire. He's going to quickly take care of the proximity alarm, and what is that decision making from Rennie? He's going to get the frag on to Desmond, but Desmond also accidentally kills your average R6 player. That'll be Srisha, and that's a 2 versus 3 that XTM Esports will have to fight against. Triggered, just getting the castle barricades up as he happens to make his way up top the red stairs, while Scullix is already awfully close to sight. No skill plays on the prey spot. Scullix is not expecting this, and that's why he's going to take the fall. No skill cannot get the follow-up, though. That'll be the Sleds to get the kill. Triggered has to find 2 more frags to get this 1 versus 3 clutch. He's not getting the diffuser in hand as well, and that'll just be an easy kill for Desmond to walk away with, as he quickly strafes from one side of the cocktail bar to another, picking up a frag on its way on the Sleds, and the finishing kill as well. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay as we are headed to round 8 on this match. A beautiful lead once again being taken on the side of Wild Stallions as we proceed ahead in this match.
Well, with Wild Stallions winning their first round of defense in the second half, we're going to be seeing them defending on first floor kitchen in round 8. I do have to appreciate Desmond and Nani performing extraordinarily well. But we do see a 6 pick coming in from Srisha as he switches from the Mozzie to the Warden. I'm just trying to analyze on why Srisha tries to pick Warden. Maybe because he wants to, see through the smokes, or maybe, to be honest, on the side of XTM, we don't see any, these smoke plants or either the flashbangs being thrown. So there might be something in which Srisha have some plan against XTM that would give them the surprise Pikachu phase. But anyways, we proceed to the prep phase, and with that, an interesting pick coming in from Wild Stallions, and Exterminate Esports will proceed to doing their drone works. Their main focus is to eliminate Nani and Desmond as best as possible so that they can proceed to eliminate the main operators who are currently in the side. Most probably there will be 3 players, one from kitchen, one from the kitchen cooking, and the other third one will be either roaming around from the bar hall. With that, action phase will be in play. We do see Infernus, the man who is very excellent on the smoke plays, the SMG-11 and the shotgun. He will be able to provide some support by making lines of sight with the near the kitchen cooking, which will be able to hold the angle from the red stairs. And we do see Srisha with the deployable shield, not the C4, quite surprisingly enough. He has the MPX in hand, and he'll be the only one defending in the bakery. No use of ADSs. We might be able to see an ADS, but we don't see either of Amai in play because he's already banned. So with that, we do see Nani and Desmond, both of them playing quite each other together, but we do see Desmond rotating back to the pillars instead. Rennie getting in on the gunfight against Desmond as he's also very low on HP, and with that information, knowing that there is 2 players already gathered the room on the side of third floor cocktail lounge, they will decide to fall back. A very good decision for them. So only thing that they have to do is to defend the second floor, or maybe they'll just hold back to their specific designated side instead. There you go. You do see the Jaeger in the coach room, and the Valkyrie might be in a different position. He is currently in the first floor, maybe in the VIP room, I believe.
Attackers
And
have
with that,
located a bomb.
a lot of time being wasted as the attackers do try to drone in, and also this one of the C4s will be able to detonate but won't be able to get the confirmation just yet. A lot of time being wasted, not enough amount of man cows being gone down, and either it's favoring on any of the teams, as Trigger will decide to use his sledgehammer to open up lines of sight from the train museum. With that, Nani thinking of going for a flank right from the brown stairs, hoping to eliminate at least some of the players who are making those lines of sight. With that, a lot of time being taken to open up the floors, but are they using enough amount of hard breach charges to open up the walls? I think they have. Might be a total of 2 Aces Selma breaches to open up the freezer hatch, and we might be able to see some hard breach to open up the freezer wall as well. Who knows? But a lot of time being wasted yet again. 45 seconds left for the attackers. They've done their job. They did, however, attack quite a lot of damage to both Infernus and Desmond. But they have to get a kill. They have to go for the plant. If they do not, then it can go on the side of Wild Stallions, giving them the higher lead 5-3. Will it happen? Well, we'll actually get to find out. Boardwayo with the first frag, eliminating Shrisha as the down comes in from 2 players, Maddie, and Boardwayo goes down with the diffuser being dropped. And with that, the push comes in from No Skill. A beautiful shot from the SMG-11 No Skill as he gets the 4th kill. He almost gets one more. Will it happen? As he switches as he reloads, the SMG-11 is too late. The sledge is already pushed in from the side. Will be able to pick up the diffuser back. Goes for the plant as he will be there for the cover, eliminating Desmond, but he's going to go down as well. 1v1 situation. The sledge is going for the plant. He only has 0 seconds left. All he has to do is get the kill, and he will not get it. Infernus, the savior for Team Wild Stallions, will be able to get their win on round 8 first floor kitchen. Let's take a look at it. In the ACT Fibernet instant replay, Wild Stallions making an impressive play, making their score 5-3. And they are 2 rounds away to secure their win against XTM. As we proceed to round 9, second floor reading room is going to be the site.
Wild Stallions coming in alive, and Infernus especially though. Peak performance from the man. The first half was not exactly very generous with him, but looks like the second half is exactly where he happens to pop off. That 1 versus 2 clutch is what he happened to bring out, and getting that kill on the sledge right in time as soon as the plant went down. Very well done from the side of Wild Stallions. They'll be finally taking a very definitive lead for the first time in this match. It's going to be a 5-3, and that's going to put XTM in so much more pressure as to how they want to make this comeback happen. Will we see a 2-round back-to-back coming in from them and make this a 5-5 equalizer? Or will we see Wild Stallions take this round and take us to match point? This is something I happen to speak about after the first round in this match itself. The fact that Wild Stallions, they'll be the second ones, they'll be the second team to have at it at the defense. And just from the look at the bans, it could be them, happening to be on the driver's seat, and that's what it's looking like already. 5-3 is what it's shaping up to be in the favor of them, but XTM Esports is a team full of surprises, and anything could be up from their tricks league. Well, let's see if they have that or not coming up right in this match. Got Desmond just setting up stuff and utilities for his teammates, and the Melusi will be employed along with the Valkyrie, at least on the information trade-off. The standard stuff from the side of Wild Stallions. Meanwhile, the action phase will be underway. XTM Esports already looking very much in control, but they've lost their composure somewhere in the middle, and they're just not able to get that little window where they could get the better of Wild Stallions. Loving the Eleventh from the side of Shrisha. That's going to give so much more information of sorts, and also more time for the defenders that happen to be on the roam duty above to make their safe passage down below. A pre-play C4 from Nani is going to come in, and a possible call out from his teammate the moment somebody happens to come up come right that alley will do the job for that Valkyrie. Meanwhile, Boardwayo has already made his way inside the cigar lounge as he's looking to push White Hallway, while Rennie, the Capitao, will be on the drones. But I just happened to get educated by the chat a moment ago, and I'll be correcting myself. Brit, meanwhile, is going to be making his way in. We've got the Desmond taking some damage. That's a lot of damage, honestly. That's from Boardwayo from the White Hallway, as we've got we got ourselves a nice engagement with the defenders. That's from a long hallway there. Desmond has got to be careful about this, but he's still going to go for the peak, and that is very daring of him. That could have turned out to be advantageous. Meanwhile, the Silma breaches along with board Wayo on the Zofia is no, Skullex on the Zofia, excuse me, is going to be something that the defender has to care out for. There he goes, Zofia pushing in, is going to get the first frag in. Does he know there's a good play close by? But Manny knows that, and he's going to get the free frag onto Desmond as well. Two quick defenders will be dropped as No Skill is going to push back himself, and so will Nanny and Infernus. Nobody wants to re-engage with the attackers who just happen to take the top floor control, as this match just has taken a nice turn. And I say nice if you happen to be a XTM Esports fan, because it's not looking good from the standpoint of where Wild Stallions happen to be standing at. 40 seconds left, a 3 versus 5 that they have to got to fight against. Nanny knows there's somebody pushing up. He tries to go for the wall bang, but that's given away his position. Furthermore, there's a nade in the back pocket for Triggered. He can go for the possible bait switch, but right now, that is exactly what he's going for. He takes so much damage. Nanny almost getting his life taken away from that nade, but he escapes from it barely. So much potato from both the side of the fight, and that will be Triggered to finally get that frag from his primary gun, but he's put down on so less of an HP. It won't matter. Skullex meanwhile is going to put another dent and board way to finish things off for XTM Esports. Round 9 will be theirs today, guys. Like I said, people, will XTM come up with the comeback? And looks like XTM has brought out at least a part of that answer to us. They'll be getting closer to that equalizer with round 9 going in their favor. It's going to be a 5-4 scoreline as we'll be going. I just have to take a look at the chat, people. Let's not talk about that gunfight, is what Triggered is going to say. But does Triggered know that did get caught on stream? All thanks to our lovely admin, eyes and on the cams, showing us exactly what we need to see. It's Cafe, it's Wild Stallions, it's got Nanny in it. There are potatoes involved. That being said, we'll be headed on to round 10, and we've got Baba Gusta to walk us through.
Well, round 10, Shrisha with the 6th pick off from the Ella to the castle. The site will be on third floor bar. I just realized my pronunciation game was having a little bit of problems. No Skill with a total of 7 kills on the side of Wild Stallions, I believe. Yep. And with the Exterminate Esports winning their first round of attack in the second half on second floor reading room, they're still keeping it alive, but for how long is the biggest question. 5-4 is the scoreline for Wild Stallions. They need 2 more rounds to win against XTM to secure the win, and XTM is also on the verge to equalize their round against the opponents. With that, as we reach on the end of the prep phase, we're talking about the operators picks. Surprising pick that they have to worry about is Shrisha picking the castle. Most of the time, the attackers might think that there might be an Ella with play, obviously with the Grismuth mines as well as the F412 shotgun, maybe a Scorpion Evo, dealing good amount of damage, but she won't be available in play just for now. Infernus needs to worry about making a vault rotation. There you go, the vault rotation has been made, and they'll be able to make lines of sight right from the toilets towards the piano room. With that, Triggered will be the one to go to the roof, open up the hatches thanks to his breaching charges. Followed up with these other 2 players, that would be Skullex and Maddie, I believe, and Rini will be the one to drone out the second floor train museum, and Nanny hoping to go for a run out in might be if the attackers decides to go for a rappel game right from the windows of piano. We do see Boardwayo already in the building, hoping to make sure that he'll be able to eliminate the Romans as best as possible. Now he is at the fireplace hall, followed up with Boardwayo already inside the fireplace hall. With that castle armor panel, he doesn't have to worry about the pillars hold. With that, yet another drone work from the XTM. They need to be careful, they need to be cautious, and they need to be very attentive, knowing that there is a total of 2 roamers still present on the side of the defenders. That would be Nanny and Desmond, I believe, who's been performing extraordinarily well, getting those early picks and early frags. For XTM, their main problem is that deployable shield right from the piano. Eliminating that, the drone will be able to detect one, followed up with a number of frag grenades, I believe, to hopefully to eliminate one of the utilities. And unfortunately, Infernus is have an unfortunate disconnect. With that drone out, Scullux will be able to detect where exactly the Jaeger's location is, followed with a yet another frag grenade and the Asalma breaches to open up lines of sight from the red stairs. With that, Desmond will be able to get one kill that would be triggered going down, and with Desmond proceeding to hold the angle right from the piano, he needs to worry about Rini, who's rappelling in. The push comes in from the Zofia, and he's going to go down, followed up with Srisha eliminating Bodwayo, but here comes Rini yet again with the rappel game, eliminating no skill, making it a 2v3 situation with an unfortunate discount from Infi, as the Aces Selma breaches will be in effect yet again, opening up lines of sight, I believe, right from the piano. The push comes in from Maddie, won't be able to get the head of the castle just yet. But with the time falling off, this can go on the side of defenders if they would hold as best as possible. The push will come in from the hallway. Scarlex will be able to push, get one kill, but Nani on the other hand eliminates two of the players, Rini and Maddie, which leads to Scarlex all by himself. He has the diffuser in hand. He only has 18 seconds left. He knows where Nani's location is, but here comes the push. It would get denied from the concussive blast as he will proceed to go for the
10
plant.
seconds
I
left.
believe they might have good amount of information, knowing that there is a 1v1 situation.
Attackers
The post plant
activated.
will come in, Scullux in a post plant situation as he immediately drops down from the laundry room.
Defenders have located
With that, the
diffuser.
Valkyrie goes for the defuse, and that would be the concussive need, waiting for the perfect timing. There you go. One would come in that would disrupt the plant from Nani. Great use of the utilities. He still has one more concussive to let go of the plant. Will it happen? No, he's actually waiting for it. Good patience from Scullux as Nani is getting pressured. With that, he needs a total of 6 seconds. The push comes in, and Scullux, patience is the key to virtue, as he'll be able to eliminate Nani, winning round 10, third floor bar. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 11 will be in play. We do see Exterminate Esports equalizing the round against them.
There we go. I think I've gotten the answer to my question. Will we see a comeback? Apparently, we will. 5-5 is the equalizer, and we are back into place. And it looks like we're going to a quick re-host right now. As Infernus, we did see the man disconnect. So, yeah, it makes sense while we'll be going into this. As we've got a quick. Oh, he just came back. No, he just came back. The moment we switched to us, he came back. So you guys didn't get to see that, but we did. So yeah, that was so close, but it's okay. It'll be Wild Stallions. They can take a Rios, and they will. That'll also give them a little bit of a strategic timeout from for both the teams. In fact, to reanalyze what's going on, because we just hit a very close round 5-5. Both teams one round away from match point. Next round is going to be the decider for who happens to sit on match point first. And what are your predictions about that, Baba Gusta?
Well, I mean, it depends on which team you pick, Foxy. Because most of the time, when you pick, I do the exact opposite. Because I actually do want to balance it out, as the great Thanos would say, balanced as all things should be. So, if you're, I would actually say that I'm gonna go for Exterminate Esports.
Did you just say you are pure evil and compare yourself with Thanos?
Might be.
All right, all right. I almost thought you're going to be like, all right, I cannot hear you, Foxy. All right, bye bye. But no, that's you. You're gonna take that.
I mean, I could have just froze my cam out instantly, but I actually cannot do that. So
Yeah, that's that. You're not a mimic. We get it. We get it. We're going to see so much more stuff coming out, at least in forms of entertainment from this match. That's because we are on a 5-5 equalized scoreline, and like I said, the decider is the next round on who happens to sit on match point. And this is exactly what I keep talking about, right? This is the fun of other Division Two play days, and just how they happen to fare. It's really amazing to see these teams come so close, and it's going to be the question of who happens to be on top. That being said, once again, a real quick emphasis on the fact that we do get to see this quick change up in terms of how the maps have been approached. We did not see a consulate so far, at least not in the entirety of season one, except in qualifiers, and all the way back now. We are in the week one of Division Two, and we got to see Consulate in the first match right up, and it was rather a very one-sided victory in terms of how Consulate usually happens to go down as. And knowing how these teams happen to share history on both Lives Valiant and Dauntless Esports, it was a beautiful match to witness. I was expecting that to be a close one as well, but looks like that title is going to be taken by Wild Stallions and Exterminate Esports right now. That's exactly what it's shaping up to be, and that's what adds so much more fun to what these teams have to offer. It's definitely going to be a very huge of a treat for the fraggers in both these teams. They'll be getting so many more rounds to just have a go at it, get as many frags as they can, and because they'll be looking for getting that sweet MVP reward towards the end of this season two. That'll be the WD Black SSD. So that being said, let's see what we've got for ourselves coming ahead into this match. And any thoughts on Baba Gusta on so far, what we've seen and what will come ahead?
Well, talking about exterminates on the first half on defense, they had a lot of problems dealing with the Wild Stallions' attack. For the past 2-3 rounds, Nani was the one who was providing some good amount of early kills in the early amount of rounds, and the execution was going out very well. In the first round on third floor bar, that was where Exterminate Esports, aka Skullex, made that wonderful 1v2 clutch. Although it was because of the time that Exterminate Esports won, eliminating the sledge would actually they actually did win it out, and it was a very close round, as I'd like to call it. And then we did see Wild winning at least a total of 3 rounds on attack, while XTM also win 3 rounds on defense, equalizing the score count against them. And next thing you know, it's the same equalizing round 8 again. 2 rounds where on the side of defense, Wild Stallion winning on third floor bar and first floor kitchen. Not quite sure what happened to my pronunciation there, but and in round 9, second floor reading, that's where Team Exterminate Esports started to pick up the pace on attack, getting the control to the third floor cocktail lounge as best as possible, and then they decided to go for the push, in which it led to a mini 1v5 or 1v4 situation on the side of Wild Stallion. Although we did see a close round, especially on first floor kitchen, where we did see a plant coming in from the sledge, and the mute did all he could to minimize that push coming in from the freezer, getting a total of 3 fantastic kills from the SMG-11. Although not having good amount of magazine in the hand, he was forced to reload, in which Sledge appeared to push in and eliminate the mute. But Infi was there to the rescue, and he was there to win it out. Although the equalizer is going to be much more difficult, knowing for the fact that this can be anything. It might go to the favor of Wild Stallion, it might go in the favor of Exterminate. It depends on who gets the early kills. And talking about it, we are back after the rehost. Wild Stallion versus Exterminate on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. 5-5 is the score line. Actually, yeah, 5-5 is the score line, I believe. Well, yeah. With that, we are actually going back for rehearsal. We have some technical difficulties there, ladies and gentlemen. We do have to apologize for that. But yeah, talking about it, while Stallion has the highest chances, knowing for the fact that they are in defense, they still have to defend on the third floor bar and first floor kitchen. Although on round 10, third floor bar Exterminate Esports had no problem dealing with the Wild Stallions' defense mechanism, with an impressive patience coming in from the Sophia, using the utilities as best as possible to confuse the Valkyrie, which was forced him to push from the white stairs. And patience is the reason why Exterminate Esports won that specific round. And with that, round 11, it can be anyone's game at this point. So yeah, talking about it, and talking about the predictions that I might going to give, I am going to go for Exterminate Esports at this point, Foxy.
All right, I'm going to stick with the Wild Stallions then, because they look a little more in composure. It's not that I don't trust anybody on the side of XTM. It's an amazing, it's a beautiful roster, but hey, it's going to be an interesting match, that's for sure, and that's what it has been so far. Once again, apologies for that little a little issue with the rehearsed. Things like these tend to happen, and then again, it is a complex game, and that's what you're here to find out, who happens to break down the complexity of that and shows the best of competitive siege today. That being said, we've got XTM Esports and their opponents almost in lobby. That'll be Wild Stallions. Almost here, people are quick viewers. You won't even know that we were gone with the second one. But that being said, and being put aside, we do have to discuss once again about the ban phase that happened to go on. Baba Gusta, if you please walk us through that.
Yeah, sure, Foxy. The ban phase on this on Map Cafe Dostoevsky would be Thatcher, Nomad, Vamai, and Mira. So talking about on the side of defense, since Vamai has been banned, they still have Valkyrie and Maestro left to play. That's a good amount of information for the defenders. The only problem is they need to convert those informations into kills, and which is working out quite well for the side of defenders, except on some sites on second floor reading room and might be on third floor bar. But talking about that was the technically the ban phase. Thatcher, a very standard ban. I mean, you get to see this ban in most of every match, except on Coastline, where you don't specifically need a Thatcher to use his EMP needs. Unless and until if the site is on first floor blue bar, where you have those deployable shields followed up with two ADSs, that's where you do need a Thatcher's EMP so that so that the attackers can be able to eliminate it. But Thatcher being one of the most important operators to disable utilities, it would be wise for them to eliminate him as best as possible. So, with that, the second ban would be the Nomad. Nomad has been popularly known for her A jabs to make sure that any of those runouts or spawn peaks that would come, actually, not just the spawn peaks, just the runouts that would come in from the defenders or any flanks that would come in inside the building will be able to not only just give them the information but also would give the defenders would be in a staggered state. So with that, I believe we are back in the game yet again, while Stallions versus Exterminate Esports. Round 11, 5-5 is the score line, and we are back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. We do have to apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are back. And with that, the site will be on third floor bar, and with that, we'll see who's going to be in the lead.
That's definitely what we're here to find out. Who's going to be on the lead? We've got ourselves a round 11 underway. The round that we happen to talk about so much, that who's going to be able to take this to match point. It's going to be the first team to do that. So far, it's been Wild Stallions, always staying a step ahead of what Exterminate Esports happen to bring out. Let's see what happens to what happens to turn out going ahead into this match. We've got Nanny once again. He's brought up the Valkyrie, and we've got Trisha running the castle as well. Loving the defensive setups from the side of Wild Stallions. Honestly, has been really paying off for them until recently. That is very evident. Extreme Esports getting that 2 rounds back to back was something that definitely was needed for Wild Stallions to stop that momentum. But here's the counter to that. We've got quick Rios coming in, so they had a little time to just reanalyze everything that was supposed to go down. Gave the teams enough time to reassemble, reanalyze, and reiterate everything and apply it the way they want to go. Shields will be employed from the side of the Valkyrie, while we have the Goyo also bring out his own explosive ones. That's definitely going to be something we'll look out for, because we've got both the fiery ops from the side of the defense and the attack. That is, we've got the Capitao and the Goyo. It's definitely going to be an interesting round and an interesting take from the side of the attackers as well, because they do get to see both ways bringing out the Ying. Triggered is going to make sure, along with Felix, that there's enough sort of weak potential on the side of the attackers, while Maddie will be the soul hard breacher rather, unless of course Rin is carrying secondary hard breach in his back pocket. Goal shields being taken care of on the top of the white stairs as we are headed on the 2-minute mark right now on this round, and I'd say the attackers in good drone works, at least in terms of the time management. Well, never mind, good map control, as Bodway has already made his way on the side of cigar launches. He's trying to find a frag here maybe, but the drone works are what is going to come first and foremost. They want that information before they go for this peak. You want to know exactly what you're trying to fight against. Srisha playing on the hot and cold spot, while we've got Desmond all the way on the side of planks on the top of the white stairs. Boardway could get found, by Srisha any moment now. There is Desmond with some bullet angles for himself as well. Oh, there you go. Boardway does not notice Srisha go for that quick rotation in the rotation hole, and now it's just going to be a quick exchange of gunfire to keep each other busy. Inferno is watching this long angle with the SMG-11. This will be a crispy shot if he happens to land it. Triggered, meanwhile, trying to do as much damage as he can from the sky with the names that he has for himself. As the Ying's Candelas are going off in distance, I think that was just a distraction that they needed for themselves. Meanwhile, no skill will be hunted up all the way inside the bunk, all the way inside the freezer. You get the push coming in from the Ying on another Candela, popped off in distance, while the damage did not come in yet. Both ways, the one who's taking the damage. I'm not sure how this is working. Tries to go for the wall bang, does not land anything though. The Jaeger will get caught. No, he loses that gunfight. That'll be the Jaeger doing that anyway.
located by
Meanwhile, we
attacker.
did see some quick kills come out from both the sides, and it'll be Skullex to take a kill. No, he'll be one to take the fall. Very confused as to what he's doing, just rushing one side like that. A 2 versus 3 has just been turned into a possible 1 versus 2. As Nani's the only sole survivor from the side of the defense is going to make this a 1 versus 1. There's so many down bodies right now, as one of them will be claimed onto. It's Triggered versus Nani. It's the Valkyrie versus the Sledge. As the Sledge will quickly go for the retrieval of the diffuser, but he finds him in a bad spot. While Silence will be taking the match point, people, just like I said. Round 11 will be theirs to take. And Nani, once again, the also influential player for them, has been making the influential players. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as we'll be going to round 12. As Wild Stallions have gotten very close, it's been neck to neck of a fight, but they've never let the side of XDM Esports take away the advantage from them. Once again, it will be them to head onto the lead as they shoot themselves up on the very good comfortability of a match point. But now is the real heat of the moment. The match is not done yet. This is the round of ones. Who happens to take this? Will we go to overtime, or will this be the finisher up coming in from the side of Wild Stallions? We'll find that out in this round up ahead. Over to you, Baba.
Well, six pick will come in from Srisha as he switches from the Vomai to the Melusi, followed up with Triggers, changing to the Sledge to the Fuse. Knowing that the site is on first floor kitchen, all Fuse needs to do is get the control of second floor train museum, use his cluster charges that would force the defenders to move in on a different position. Keep that in mind that Wild Stallions is on match point, and all they need is to win first floor kitchen, in which on round 8 it was a very close round in the post-plan situation where while Stallion was in a 1v1 situation, it was technically a smoke versus the Sledge, in which the smoke won that gunfight. It was a very close round. We might be able to see a close round yet again in this match, in this round as well. With that, we do see normal setups from the defense, and also we do see no skill playing as the Goyo. Those Vulcan shields, we'll be able to prove some good amount of hold as well as denial both at the same time, which would give attacker a hard time dealing with those. With that, action phase will be in play. The attackers will spawn. We do see a pre-placed C4, I believe right from the hatches of the Cigar. Sometimes we do call it as a new hatch, but since it's been quite a while since Cafe Dostoevsky has been released, I'll just call it as a Cigar hatch from now on. With that, Nani is in the third floor cocktail lounge. He's just going to be hold the angle and wait for the attackers to push in. Surprisingly, a total of 4 attackers have decided to go for a fully fledged push right from the bakery. All they need is to make sure that they would get the control on bakery so that they would proceed to eliminate them. With that, Bodweo with the Dokebi, all she has to do is to make a call, and looks like Skullex won't actually need that. Eliminating no skill, the Goyo, the Vector SMG won't be in play, and with that, XTM has the upper hand. Quite interestingly, we do see Triggered right on the roof, I believe, as the attackers slowly gains the control right from the bakery, followed up with the Ace Selma breach charges to make lines of sight. As I was talking about it, Triggered, he's just waiting for that cluster charge to go up. There you go, cluster charge 1 goes in, and here comes the terror of cluster charges. The defenders will start to fall away, but that Vulcan shield, actually, it's not from the Vulcan shield. It is from the Capitão's fireballs, in which Bodweo goes down. That's quite unfortunate for them. But they will be able to pick Bodweo back up to 820 HP. But Desmond is going to eliminate Bodweo, as Rini will be able to eliminate Infernus. That C4 from the Valkyrie won't work out that much. But Infernus going down will cause a lot of opportunity for Exterminate Esports to just push in on the side and not being able to worry about it. With that, a lot of gunfires being traded out right from the bakery, and Desmond still in the coach room. Skullex gets a double kill, eliminating Srisha, which would force the defenders back to the sides. 2 players, Nani, and he's going to go down from Skullex, I believe. And with that, Maddie eliminates Desmond as well. Exterminate Esports winning round 12 on first floor kitchen, as we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. So ladies and gentlemen, we are about to reach round 13. Get ready to feel the heat. Overtime will commence, and we'll see how hard will it go.
Well, that was definitely an innuendo I was not expecting to get away with. But you've successfully done it, so I'm going to do that next time as well. That's just a joke, people. Will be going ahead on to overtime. That's right. It's going to be a 6-6 and quite the score line as we expected. And honestly, I'm very happy on a self level because right off the bat of the first round, we knew this. I made this prediction. We will be headed to overtime. It's going to be a close match, and that's where we're going. It's okay with the Rios coming in and stuff
Attackers
and all,
need to
you know.
locate and defuse
It was
bombs.
there was a little bit of stall point, but it was worth it because that's how amazing this match is shaping up to be. 6-6, and now Wild Stallions will be seeing them go back on the kitchen service and kitchen cooking area. Nani just making sure that he's getting all of those Valkyrie spots nice and easy. He's just going to make sure that there's enough information trade-off. Except for that, not a huge emphasis in terms of how information is being conveyed to the side of Wild Stallions. But yeah, let's see how they happen to work things around with this, because they do have no skill running the mute. So that is, look at that, already doing that information denial, at least from the side of the defense. You want to make sure that the attackers are tripled up the information before they happen to make their push happen. It's definitely they'll be walking in blind, and that'll be your moment to shine. Let's see if that's the moment for XTM Esports to do that or not as we go ahead into this match. Round 13 will be on the way. Srisha is coming in with some last second Melusi charges being dropped on site, making sure that anybody who wants to walk in will not be given an easy entryway. Rin will be watching this angle from the small bakery, while Skelex is also doing that, and that's why Rin just happens to fall back. Oh, the smoke could. Oh, in Fido, don't do that. He could lose his life so early already. Infernus is wiser than that. He knows exactly, should not be fighting a 3x scope against a holographic gun SMG 11 of all things. He's just gonna fall back, do the wise thing, just make some angles and try and help where this defense is headed. Ren still outside bakery as XTM Esports are definitely taking their sweet time to make this push happen. They're not very aggressive about this, but they're at the same time they're not very passive about it as well. Some damage being done to Srisha as he tries to drop over my magnet ahead, and actually there's going to be the Melusi. Rather, I don't know why I always happen to confuse the Melusi for the Wamai just by like it happens to look so similar, you know, just from my peripheral vision. But yeah, next time I'm gonna be a little more focused on that. We've got Srisha taking the drop, and that's bakery control given away to the attacker. XTM Esports very quick to realize that, and a pre-fire is gonna claim Desmond and Furnace takes the fall as well, as looks like we might see a possible flank coming in from Nani. Yes, that's the Roma doing that flank, but no skill taking damage from the long angle being employed, and we might see XTM Esports take away the advantage of this match away from the hands of Wild Stallions for the first time in this match coming up on round 13 right now on our screens. It's looking very good for them. A 2 versus 4, make that a 1 versus 4 that Wild Stallions has to fight against. It's all on a no skill, but the man has a no health of all things, and he's got to make this push, and he'll be taken care of being put out of the misery from Ren. Gets the final frag, and XTM Esports for the first time in this match will be taking the advantage in their favor as they'll be going to match point on overtime. Round 14 will be underway as we take a quick look at that last round in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Overtime match point goes to XTM Esports.
Well, Exterminate Esports winning their overtime attack. They need to do it once more, this time on defense, with the side being on third floor bar. If Wild Stallion can be able to equalize the round yet again, we might be able to see round 15, the final round, to decide who will be the victor in Map Cafe Dostoyevsky. But I'm just going to hold on for now, because in this round there might be something good that's going to happen here. Alibi will be 6 pick off from the Jaeger, and that would be from Rini. We did see Rini performing some excellent plays, getting more than 2 to 4 kills, and quite a lot of surprise that I did not expect. But we might be able to see something that even Wild Stallions has something in mind, especially Srisha with the G8 LMG could be able to eliminate some of the teams on the side of XTM. With that, it's just going to be a matter of moments when that prep phase comes to an end. The defenders placing their utilities, placing their reinforcements, and everything when their job comes to an end. And hopefully, we'll see what kind of plays that they might go. Maybe they might go for a heavy aggressive push. They might go for a spawn kill or a run out. Although making a spawn kill would be a bad idea, having an information and then going for a spawn kill would be more advisable. But it's more of a high risk, high reward. But we'll see what's going to happen. Boardway is going to take out the barricade of the white stairs, just placing the cameras in, and she's going to place a barricade back up. Actually, no, she's actually thinking of going for a. He's going for a run out with the C4 included to eliminate one of the attackers, but sadly they're just pushing around from the main stairs with the rappel coming in right from the roof. Bodway will be able to detect where exactly the Sophia's location is. He's just waiting for that right moment to go for a run out. With the IQ, the scanner will be able to detect where exactly the camera is in, but sadly, since he's rappelling in right from the piano window, it will be very difficult to detect where exactly that utility is. With Rini playing also very close from the cigar hatch, he just needs to be careful and he needs to wait for the attackers to open up the hatch first and foremost. That a lot of silence brewing in from both the teams, not a single gunfire, but that Valkyrie clamp will be taken out from the IQ. The rappel comes in, Bordweo is waiting for that bait to happen, but he's just going to fall back. Good patience will be able to detect the Valkyrie cam at that right moment and would force the Valkyrie to not make that play. With that, XCM, especially the Valkyrie, has lost a total of 2 cams, which would make the defenders inteless. A lot of flashbangs being thrown out from the piano. Needs to be careful of that angle, and Skull is taking a lot of damage right from the angle, but looks like Infernus was going to be the one to eliminate Bordway. That was right from the run out from the VIP hallway stairs, and looks like they've already XCM Esports, they've a man down. With that, the attackers will get the control of on the piano room, and it's going to be a matter of time where they open up the walls and start pushing towards the site. Nades being thrown, not being able to get the kill nor deal a little bit of damage, but that control from the cigar launch will be able to make good amount of angles, and hopefully with a coordinated push from the attackers, they'll be able to eliminate the entire team of XTM. Will it happen, or will XTM Esports steal the win against them? We'll actually get to see it in the dying 40 seconds round. They have a total of 3 smoke gas canisters, which will be able to at least fend off the attackers at one specific angle, that would be from the cigar entrance. But 30 seconds is arriving and the attackers are still repelling. Actually, 2 of them. One is repelling and the second is in the skylight holding the angle. It's going to be a matter of time when that push comes in. Nani is still waiting for that opportunity to come by, but the Alda will be able to eliminate Infernus as he's going to rotate back from the washroom. The Ash goes down. Skullx with the triple kill. My oh my, making it a 1v4 situation. All goes down to Desmond. He's going to go down as well. 4K with the Alda. Skullx is going to make wonders for their team as Exterminate Esports are going to win round 14 on third floor bar. What a match that we did get to witness there. Wild Stallion had the opportunity. They eliminated Bordweo. All they had to do was to go to the site and go.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they had to do. Baba Gusta has had a little bit of a technical difficulty, I believe, but I think you're back now. I think
Yeah,
you
I
are.
am back.
Welcome,
Yeah, I
welcome
am back.
Baba. But
Yeah.
but I don't want to walk away from the heat of the moment with that technical difficulty. I just want to emphasize on the fact that, man, oh man, that 4K from Skullx was so beautiful to witness. Honestly, there was some good gun skill on the man that we got to see, and the raw power and that raw sense of wanting to win this match right off and take it in style as well. Really good 4K. The quad kill from the Maestro fighting the odd out. 1 mag is all he needed to get that win and secure that against White Stallions. Definitely happy faces for Exterminate Esports because they did make a nice climb and a nice comeback, giving a fitting fight to what advantage Wild Stallions happened to take twice against them. Definitely taken against them twice already, but that was not enough for beating what they happened to carry in the back pockets. That being said, we'll be quickly going into reliving the moment, people, as we happen to take a look at the highlights on what just happened to go down in this match. Well, starting off, it did look like it did look very close as well. Even the first round, speaking of which, it was quite the round we got to witness. And of all things, it was the clock that was running out. It was a 1 versus 2. Plan is going down. There's so many things, so many variables right now. And look at that. The clash just comes in. That was Skullx once again. Skull, the initiation of this match already started with the man performing and getting that clutch, and the conclusion as well of this match was done by the man himself. Skull XL Brain in chat for the people who know the man that the history happens to share from the KL 11 days from the past league has definitely turned out to be the man who happened to be so influential for his team today in this match. That being said, this round in specific, a good attempt from Maddie, but it was just not enough. Maddie was being left out like this to just keep clutching back to back for his teammate. He was just not able to, putting the man in the spot. There's just too many attackers that he had to fight against, and this is exactly where White Stallions, this was that moment where Exterminate Esports was just not on par with what they happened to bring out, but they were quick to realize what is going on, and they got the equalizer in back on round 4. We see this, Infernus was the last man standing. It was a 1 versus 5 he had to fight against. So walked away with the flawless round right there, with Skullx going for that prone peak on the alibi. It's definitely stuff like this that does happen to excite us. This equalizer was very much needed for the side of Extreme Esports. That being said, taking a look at this round in specific, we did get to see a great attempt from the side of the defense on this retake, but hey, there was the attackers right in place to make sure everything was taken care of, and getting the lead right back in the favor for themselves, and that was the finish up kill from the IQ as well. Heading on to round 6, the last round before roll swap, we did get to see quite the mess that actually got left out between both these teams towards the end of it there. But Exterminate Esports was quick enough to realize what's going up and take every advantage that they needed to. With Rin dropping that triple kill and the quad kill as well this round, that was the round they needed to secure the equalizer. As the second half of this match, Baba, please run us through how things happened to go down as we went on to round 7.
Well, talking about round 7, third floor bar was the side. We did see No Skill with some extreme patience eliminating the planter, but unfortunately Trigger didn't had any what kind of situation that he was in. He was forced to get the frags rather than going for the plant, in which they actually did win it out. Followed off with round 8. This was where No Skill made a total of 3 kills with the SMG-11, but quite sadly when he was trying to go for the reload, Trigger was there for the extreme push, and Rini was there with the cover. Did not quite worked out well for him, and then Infernus was here the savior for their team to get that win, eliminating the sledge and getting that defuse. So followed up with the round 9. This is where Team Exterminate starts to pick up the pace on the attack, eliminating the Valkyrie, in which this was more of a who was better than it was technically a competition. It was technically a competition on who's going to be the best Neo, and unfortunately, the Sledge won that battle. And in round 9, it was second floor. Actually, in round 9, the attackers did win an excellent on the attack, and this is where Skullx used this good amount of patience, using the utilities at his disposal, using the impact nades that would force the Valkyrie to push and eliminate the Zofia. That hole, the floorboard hole, which was made from the Skullx, would have a proper opportunity to eliminate him, and with that the Valkyrie decides to eliminate the Sophia once and for all, had the upper hand and eliminated him. And then in round 11, this was where Wild Stallion made their play yet again on third floor bar, with Maddie playing also very close, eliminating the Goyo, but unfortunately with good amount of refrag coming in from Nanny, it wasn't quite enough for them, as all Trigger had to do was to just eliminate the guy, actually going for a plant, and it quite worked actually. This was round 11 where Wild Stallion made a play here. I do have apologies for that. And then round 12 and round 13, it was just Exterminate Esports all the way. All they had to do was to just equalize the round against them, and Skullx, my oh my, he just started getting those early kills, gets to the side, go for the plant, and he was performing all wonders for their team. And them, because of this reason, we did get to see overtime where Boardwayo with the LMG with a good amount of pre-fire, which made right from the bakery towards the court, eliminating the Jaeger. All they had to do was go for the smoke plant, execute, eliminating the entire team of Wild Stallions, and they even had the upper hand. And Skullx, actually not just Skullx, even Rini was the one who was performing quite extraordinarily well. And then This was the last round, third floor bar, where all the defenders had to do was to wait for the attackers to push in, even with board Wayo being, even with them being on a 4v5 situation. Skullex just pulled it out extraordinarily well. The Alda eliminating one, vaulting from the toilet, decides to eliminate the Ash as well. Flicks up, eliminates even the IQ, and then at the end, he eliminated the entire team of Wild Stallion, winning the round 14, and an extraordinary match that we get to see here, Fox.
That is definitely what we saw. Skullex finishing things in style, as we talked about. But hey, speaking of which, this was quite the matches we had for today. Quite the action-packed matches, if I may. That was Division 2 for us people for week 1. That's both the play days done. And we'll be back tomorrow. That's right. That'll be it from me and Baba Gusta. And we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow once again with some Rainbow Six Siege action right here at the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. We'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. That got a little awkward, but hey, see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night.